Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Swimmer Sync. We are on 122 YouTube edition. It is I, Mad Cave II. I am joined by the one and only Genie. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good. I am doing really good. I'm just making sure I'm caught up on all my sleep, which I have not done whatsoever since coming back from Riptide, and I hope you've gotten all caught up on your sleep.
I'm still getting there. Still getting there.
But yes, we are here on the YT, the old YouTube, which means things will look the same for the gameplay-wise, but the stream's got a little bit of a different flavor into it. These two teams that we have here today, Breakdown, Arctic BlitZ. I know both of them are still low and eligible, and are ready to throw haymakers at each other to make sure that they can get closer to that great white positioning that they so covet.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm just looking at the rosters right here. I think I was looking at some of their Twitters earlier, and I feel like we're going to be seeing some diverse weapons from here. I heard mentioned that there's a couple of Dynamo players on Arctic BlitZ.
Ooh, I like that. I'm definitely liking that. For me, I know a little more about Breakdown due to the fact that Ultra's the fifth man on my Splatoon team and my Valorant, one of my Valorant teammates. So, very interested to see how Breakdown's gonna be forming. I know this is a more recently formed team. C, Bite, Nia are the three members alongside Ultra. So just being able to see. Normally Ultra will be playing the Zap to fill around for the team, but I know his definite go-to picks are Stamper and any roller. Absolutely any opportunity possible, we'll play the roller.
Ooh. So it sounds like we'll be seeing some roller action, perhaps.
I have to play the Zap for the team because, you kind of need paint control.
Right. And Zap is just like the all-around top 5 meta weapon right now, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's up there. It's crazy to think, Imad, that we have two Spotlings that are right up there currently in the game that are meta defining. So but besides Ballpoint and then Edit, which is countered by Ballpoint, it's a lot of shooters down there.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, but it makes sense.
Unfortunate, we got two Spotlings that we're eating well here, brother. Come on now.
Oh no, it's the Splatlings are absolutely eating well but it's just, we can never have too many Splatlings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Didn't you play in that 4-person tournament with 4 different? Yeah, so I guess is there never enough Spotlings? I don't know.
Oh, never. You never have too many.
But here we go. Speaking of Splatling, there's one. And yep, Splatlings on both sides. Not surprised to see Splatdroid on that coveted S Blaster. Have seen that in some videos on the internet webs before, so I am gonna be looking out for that. Using that short range and long range mode to its fullest potential will be critical on that weapon.
Oh, absolutely. Like with Museum right here, like you have several ledges you want to be able to camp, and there's a lot of open space in the middle too, so having that flexibility will come in handy. But that's already going to be the Ballpoint going down there. So with a man down on Arctic BlitZ, 2 men down, Breakdown's gonna be moving right in.
Yeah, Breakdown's going in, but oh my goodness, Droid gets a massive double there, and Bite has to leave. Sammy has dropped in the mid, able to defend it. My goodness, that was a crazy double.
That was insane. Like, that just completely turned the tides. Like, it's still pretty orange right now, but, Arctic BlitZ just, took that back before they could really get started with it.
Yeah. Now, Breakdown, they're just going to try and want to feel it out, because they, again, without that double, they would have a really strong push. We do have a Zipcaster going out with the Zuka. Ultra's just trying to make their way across the top mid. They do see somebody below, is able to turn around and get some good shots down. Has to watch out, because again, there is that blaster coming out on top, just trying to keep everyone around. And that's going to be a restarter going in. Who's it going to find? It's going to find Ultra.
Who just completely shut the door down on them, just stop the push right where it is. Like, Breakdown's been doing well, just taking down members of Arctic BlitZ and getting in, but then Arctic BlitZ just kind of stopped them right at the gate. And so now it's going to be 2 down to Breakdown.
Yeah. Here's Droid. Again, top mid. Gonna use that. Oh, so good. Falling down with the long range mode direct on Ultra. Does see a Ballpoint in their sight, trying to find some more damage. Here goes the Inkjet out. Trying to find one. Is able to. There goes the Stamper. with that restarter going in, they are going to get punished by the ballpoint. The members of Breakdown are getting pushed back. The jump is in here with the power climb. Sammy's going to be able to toss that in at the cost of their own life. Ultra goes down in the front. Floofy is trying to run in with their ballpoint. They have to drop back. The Tri-Slasher here. The Tri-Slasher is going to try and go for a splat. No, they're going to miss it, but they're going to get at least another little clam into the basket.
Yeah, they're just a bit short of that ballpoint right there. They had a stack of clams that could have gone in the basket, but they opted just to eat the basket open for a couple more seconds. And, 68, not a bad push. They were able to get a couple of follow-up in with that power clam. And now it's going to be Breakdown coming in with the aggression, just trying to get into that basket finally. We'll see if they're able to break through Arctic Split's defense.
Yeah, that's 2 gone. Power clam's in. There's another power clam trying to walk in. That's going to be the lead. Massive for Breakdown. They've got more clams coming in. They got to watch out because there's an Inkjet and all the rest of the members of Arctic Blitz trying to come out of their spawn. The push is going to end here, I'm at, in 48. That's a good lead change.
Yes, indeed. Like, they did lose most of their teammates in the process, but like, be able to take that lead along with that feels like a pretty decent trade for halfway through the match. And right now it's like just broke even right now as both teams are up and ready to go, and the map really hasn't gone to one favorite just yet.
No, not a massive advantage, but there is a massive special that, oh, I didn't get to say its name before it goes down. The defensive Inkjet is gone. That means 3 are now gone. Breakdown and wipe off the face of this map. It's just going to be Ultra trying to stay alive, has their own cooler. The aggressive cooler from Arctic Blitz is out. They've got some clams. They got another one going into the basket. It's going to break it open. Can they find some more follow-up with this? They had an opportunity, but I feel like they squandered it with Breakdown coming back so fast.
Yeah, they were able to break the basket open, but just not quite enough points to really take the lead back. It feels like they had that power clam, but couldn't quite sneak it in. Like their Inkjet just ran out a little too soon than they wanted. But now it's going to be Breakdown just retaking the mid here. And Arctic Blitz still has that power clam in their back pocket. If they can get another opening like that, they could possibly take the lead back. But, Breakdown, they're start charging their specials.
They gotta go. There's gonna be a Zuka out. Trades have happened in the neutral. We've got a minute left on the clock here, Ahmed. And if I'm Arctic Blitz, I'm trying to coordinate some of my specials more so than just throw them all willy-nilly and see what they find.
Yeah, they already used their Inkjet. They were able to survive the landing, but that was a bit early. Their teammates were in position to really take advantage of the basket, so now they're gonna have to back up just a little bit in order to find another opening. But now Breakdown coming in with the Zipcaster, trying to pick members off. Gets 2. That clam may despawn soon if they don't pick it up soon, and we're down to 40 minutes. And Breakdown's got 3 clams and 3 members down.
3 members of Breakdown just went down so close together, giving Arctic Blitz the opportunity to reclaim mid. So there's still hope for Arctic Blitz here. Breakdown hasn't quite solidified it. There's going to be a Roost Slider ready for Splatoon. I wonder if they're going to just run it at the ballpoint, because we know Roost Slider, it can be punished pretty easily.
Yeah, they have to be able to find some sort of splat off this. I think we saw last time they used it to open the gateway, but just got shut down almost immediately. They do have that cooler online, but it is 10 seconds till the end of the match. And oh, the Zuka shot! They are going to get the basket open, but all the members are down, so they don't have anything to follow up. They aren't able to get the lead back in time.
That is a tight game. If anything else, if any members of Arctic Blitz were still alive, that would have definitely been a different story. But Breakdown able to hold strong with massive Zuka double followed up by the rest of the team just collapsing onto the Reef Slider and that power climb jump, proving to be just that little bit stronger on the end.
That's right. It's like they had several good opportunities. They almost were able to take it back, but just like the clean uses of those specials right at the end, they're just like was able to turn the tide and just keep it from getting out of hand.
Yeah. Yes. Here we go, Ahmad. First time seeing this one on the IPL stream. So new that we don't have the graphic quite ready for it. It is Shipshape Cargo Company.
Ooh,
You ready for some Frigid Zones maps?
Oh, absolutely. We were talking about earlier how Crab Leg is for the splatling, so I feel like this one does pretty well for splatling users as well. There's a lot of good cover that you can really utilize a lot of the corners effectively.
Yes, sorry, the phone. You know how it goes, I'm mad.
No worries.
Yeah.
But
I think it was Dad calling from the fire hall tonight. So, but I called him before and he wasn't there. Unfortunate. So, if the fire department has a phone call, then they get called out. They're not going to be there. That's how it goes. But anyway,
Right.
back to shipping. I'm looking. I kind of like ballpoint on this map. Then again, I like it on every map because it's ballpoint. I think Vac and Super Chumps is actually a combination on this zone because you have high ground on this zone, which is really that's the most important area to fight for. But sometimes you forget that there's a zone below. This is like if what's the map that has all the glass in S2?
Oh yes, it was the other museum, wasn't it?
Yes, the other museum, Schellendorf Institute.
That's what it is.
It reminds me of that, but smaller and better, because it just doesn't seem as massive.
No, it's definitely a bit tighter space, and it still has that iconic Splatoon 3 length to it. Where we're going to be getting into here, not too many changes, but I do see the addition of a knot and a octo brush.
Yes, that is going to be actually quite a big swap up. Rain Cloud here on the zone can work out pretty well. It's a long zone, so you toss it down, it'll do a lot of chip damage and making sure people either have to get off the high ground or get off the zone.
No, absolutely. You can't fight a Rain Cloud. You either gotta survive or get out of the way. And right now, though, they're able to survive the Inkjet. It's just a bit of contention. Breakdown getting the first cap of the zone, but Arctic BlitZ took it back pretty quickly. And as you mentioned before, that high ground being one of the key places to defend from. And ooh, I didn't even see what got that splat, but the Reef Slider does go down to the Inkjet.
Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a zone lead flip, but we are here pretty early on in the match. Fluffy just going to give it up and make sure that their team has some safe jumps. We do see that Breakdown is coming across at top mid, opting not to challenge it too aggressively. And those point sensors actually are going to be proving to be quite useful, because a lot of times people sit over on this upper side of the map.
Oh, the nice direct from Splat Dragon. Just going to shut down that push right there. The Nautilus goes down as well, but the Strike's coming out, trying to cap that zone. They do manage to take it back. Breakdown with the lead, though, and Azuke's coming out again. They are still fighting for the zone.
Oh, I thought Jordan was going to be able to come up with that splat. Not able to. They are going to get punished down in the low ground by Nia. Here goes a jump in as well. They're going to be looking to camp it, and the dropper comes with Ultra. Come on now, bud. You should know better. I have the ability to roast him. He's my teammate.
Of course. Oh, but they almost got those jumps in. The stealth jump was active right up until he found out the other member. So it is going to be two members of Breakdown going down, but they still have a hefty lead off of their hold right now, and Arctic BlitZ just hasn't capped it just yet.
No, they're going to want to cap it as soon as possible. They're going to throw more specials at it. There's going to be strikes invested, even though they pretty much had all the control around it. So I can't help to think that Arctic BlitZ are probably going to want that, but as long as Kai doesn't go massive, they get one, they get two. So pulling back what I said from before, they don't need specials when you have a brush that can do that.
Yes, indeed. Just walk right up to them and gave him a good slap, but now it's going to be the Inkjet and the Zook come out trying to find something, but doesn't. Well, the blaster goes down, but right now Arctic BlitZ is so close to taking that lead back. Like, they have to paint it. It's being contested, but Arctic BlitZ hold on to it for the time being, and the strikes are coming out just to solidify that.
Yeah, they're going to have that zone. They're going to be able to take that lead in their favor. Sammy's going to try and go up here, work their brush. Are going to get punished. One's going to get punished. Can Sammy find anything else? No, they're just going to run back in the zone, drop a bomb on it. They are still alive for a surprisingly large amount of time. There's an Inkjet out, able to find one. Can it find anything else? No. The rest of the teammates have fallen around them. Fluffy just opting to back off.
Yeah, it looks like Arctic BlitZ is going to have to completely pull out here. Sammy's going to be trying to get some jumps in possibly, but Breakdown has finally taken control of the zone.
Sorry,
but they're
Riptide.
Oh, of course, it's still in the blood.
Real.
But they're going to be able to get lead off this. Breakdown is really pushing them to Arctic BlitZ's base right now, and they have popped the Inkjet, but the Inkjet gets taken down. The zone lead is going to flip right before Arctic BlitZ can throw out those strikes, but even that's not enough.
Yeah, and this is going to be dangerous for Arctic BlitZ. They need to be able to get in that zone, or they're going to be saying goodbye to the winning possibility of the series. They got no chance, no time. It's going to be Breakdown taking this play all three 2-0 at the moment. But we still have one more map to go.
Oh, yes, indeed. We got a nice look at this new map, see how it played. With the Riptide map pool, it's like we didn't have a chance to really see it in action just yet, so it was fun to watch, and we get the nice fist pop, of course.
Yeah, this will be all these maps will be in the Super Jump tournament, which is coming up not this weekend, but the following one, the weekend of the I have it here, the weekend of the 23rd of September. These maps will be there, so people have got to start practicing. I do know why they weren't there in Riptide, because like that's a LAN you want to have some. The map list was out for the map pool. Sorry, was out for quite a while, and these maps were new. We had no idea if they were going to be good or not.
Oh, of course.
And surprisingly, we've got a lot of good ones out of this.
Indeed, I feel like we are 2 for 2 for this patch.
Real, we got 4 new map mode combinations, quote unquote, in the map pool, which is way more than we had one patch.
Ah, indeed. But for our third match, we're going to be going to the tried and true tower control Hacklefish Market. Now, so far, like, it's been a bit of a toss-up, like, just in the middle of the game, but Breakdown has been able to, like, come out on top, like, through the majority of the match.
Yeah, it's just that general wear and tear of Breakdown. They kind of beat you down, maybe even break you down. I'm at, haha. Yeah, it gets to you. They're constant pressure, which they are applying. And Arctic BlitZ, their explosive moves, they really can't withstand just constantly being like hammered down with the pushes, because BlitZ they do have big shiny moments, but it's kind of Clown Blitz and zones I know can be a little bit hard sometimes with shiny moments. I guess Climbs more so than zones, because zones you can 1v3 to defend the zone, but zone has to be ticking in your favor at that point in time. Tower control is another mode where you're kind of limited as well to how fast the objective moves.
Right.
I'm thinking of modes like Rainmaker. If you have an explosive playstyle in Rainmaker, that works in your favor every time.
Oh, absolutely. If you're able to get at least a good amount of an opening, you just take it and run. But, you know, like with tower control, you're kind of limited to how fast you can mosey along. And I think for Hacklefish in particular, because of just that path up the right side, it can be hard to get past that second checkpoint.
Yeah, second checkpoint is usually where maps are won and lost for tower control, but that can't be overstated enough on this one. That third checkpoint, when it is seen, it's usually, and if it is broken, it's pretty much good game at that point in time. Exactly.
And it looks like we're going to be seeing a swap to the Tetra Duelies. They've been having all over the place for their weapon pool.
Yeah, that is quite a pick on tower control. Normally, I've seen Tetra players can bounce around, but definitely on this map, I think that Tetris can work out because of flat mobility and ledges that can drop and hide behind.
That is true, but right now it looks like Arctic BlitZ is already taking the toll off of Breakdown's play there. Like, they lost 3 of the members pretty early on. So, if anyone gets on the tower, Breakdown can get that first checkpoint pretty easily.
Average ballpoint call out in chat. I'm popping Jet, and then everyone looks at each other on the rest of the team like, who's hopping on the tower? As a reach slider unfortunately finds the low ground.
Oh man, that is the other unfortunate thing. You get too close to the tower on that right before the first checkpoint, you get stuck underneath it. But right now, Breakdown really going at it on Arctic BlitZ's plat right there. Like, that's exactly what you want to see for tower control. Get ahead of it to keep them from pushing forward. But see, now we're getting to that dreaded second checkpoint, and most of Arctic BlitZ is up to defend the tower. So, and the Inkjet getting taken down with a bomb. So unfortunate.
There is Kai who's just trying to dark around, trying to find some space, and they do see the Tetras, and the Tetras are going to pop the reslider, but not able to find anything. Get punished for that. Oh, Fluffy, no, the suction bomb. Not able to have the bomb sniffer, because that was kind of lucky for Splatoon 1.
Oh man, that was my jam back in Splatoon 1. I didn't actually have to look for bombs. The bombs just shouted themselves out to me.
Hello, bombs. Yeah, it was a little bit crazy with Bomb Rush. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh man, just like the seagulls from Finding Nemo.
Real. There is an Inkjet coming out. Is able to find one. Is it able to find some more? Droid's trying to take it out of the sky with a blaster. And they are going to trade. Good. I think that's definitely a more favorable trade for Breakdown, because they're going to be able to push up a little bit higher onto the plat, trying to find some spots, but eventually getting punished by Arctic BlitZ, who are surprisingly holding well on this map.
Yeah, once again, Arctic BlitZ is showing a really good defense in their own territory, but like Breakdown has been holding a solid control of mid for the majority of the game, so they don't even need to really get through the second checkpoint, like because they've been keeping it on their side of the map for so long. But this might be the turn of the match that Arctic BlitZ is looking for. Breakdown is finally having to move back out of mid, and they lose their inside player on top of that.
Yeah, Breakdown. They've got 2 more gone. There's going to be tri-strikes out. They finally get a pick into their favor. Here goes a Roost Slider. It's going to be popped a little bit too early. I don't think that they saw where the rest of the members of Breakdown were. Ballpoint holding strong again on the side of Breakdown. They've just been the rock, the anchor that they need to allow their Tetras and the rest of the shooters to just jump in consistently and continuously.
Breakdown is showing up each at their own, and once again 2 of Arctic BlitZ goes down, and the middle is showing so much yellow. Breakdown just going to be taking the tower along their way back to the second checkpoint. Arctic BlitZ only been able to get 5 points at that push, but I say that as Kai gets 3 members down, and the firework off the tower for the wipeout.
That was a beautiful showing of how the nice little buff that I was gonna call it Spider Squid, but it's Zipcaster. That's its name. That Zipcaster has. We do have a just over a minute left on this match. Arctic BlitZ, they've gotten big member advantage. This is gonna be huge. This might be another wipeout, but no, Tactical is gonna say no to that. Along with the ballpoint falling back, like able to stay alive. This tower though, it didn't move any more forward here. IMAD. Arctic BlitZ, I can't help to think they could have been through this already.
Yeah, once again, just the miscommunication of who's going to be riding the tower, and the ballpoint holding strong to this corner here, keeping the Tetras from being able to take them down. We still have a whole minute left in the match, and right now Arctic BlitZ is doing an excellent job of just steadily moving the tower forward. Like, Breakdown is just breaking down right now.
Yeah, the defense is breaking down. This lead swap could come through very easily, because Breakdown never actually touched the second checkpoint, and that will be a lead swap. Arctic BlitZ, they're through. They're going to have a Roost Slider going off it, but they're not going to be able to stick on tower. Sammy's going to get on tower. They're not going to at the moment. They're not going to be able to break through this. Maybe they will. The jumps are in. They will finally actually get through it. I'm a little bit surprised, but that's big push for Arctic BlitZ in the final moments.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. Like, at 15 seconds, they were able to get through the checkpoint completely, and the last remaining members were able to pull back to mid, so they weren't completely wiped out, and they have a bit of a defense left over to contest this tower once it resets to mid. Oh, and the Tetra's going down too. That's going to be huge. That's going to be their spear point down, and the Re-Slider just getting another member for the win.
Yep. Ultra gets run over by a shark. Not able to have a victory dance by playing Suave at the end, because that'll be Arctic BlitZ taking game 3. Overall, though, Breakdown, they did take the series 2-1, but that final game could come to hit Breakdown in the butt later on.
Indeed, I feel like there's like the one flank by that brush there just completely did them in. Like, they weren't able to recover after that. But that really goes in Arctic BlitZ's favor, not only for the point, but just like for future matches. They were able to come out on top on tower control when they didn't do so well for zones for Clan BlitZ.
Yes. And with that, IMAD, I think we're going to take a quick little break here on the YouTube. But before we go, as we are on YouTube, what should the people hit?
Oh, you hit that like button and you hit subscribe.
Woo! And we are going to be opening up a Q&A poll, or Q&A thingy later on. So if you want to ask us questions that we can answer before and after matches, we will be setting that up shortly. Do not go anywhere. More action on IPL YouTube coming right up. Hello, everybody, and welcome back from the break. Here on YouTube tonight, you have Genie7 joined by Imad. Imad, are you ready for some SOS gameplay?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you also ready for some FreeFlow versus Sonaria gameplay on Scorch Rainmaker?
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to some FreeFlow Sonaria. Scorch Rainmaker, that's always spicy, I think.
It is a spicy map. You know how else is spicy? Some of these questions that we've got. Which one do you want to start with from the Q&A?
We'll probably just start from the top, I think.
Oh, start from the top. All right. This one comes in from. We're gonna name the person. Let's do it. Toma. Why are Spotlings the best class in the game? And do you believe in heavy edit supremacy? I'm gonna let you take that one to start.
Alrighty. I could literally give a whole PowerPoint why Spotlings are the best weapon class in the game, but I'll give the highlights for now. I feel like just right now, as we mentioned before, like just Spotlings are in like the top meta weapons right now. They just have a really nice spot, and I feel like just the whole class in general has a lot of versatility. You can play pretty much any role just in the Splatling class.
Yes.
I mean, the same can be same for shooters, but most other classes like have like a very designated role.
I think their biggest advantage right now is their specials that they have. Inkjet was so super strong and still is, and the fact that that edit has cooler can supplement not having a zap or just completely like null and void it so you could run the edit, and you win against chargers when you have that cooler. You just completely do it, and also you get more run speed, quicker respawn, and with Zuko being so strong, chargers hate Zuko because they are a lot less mobile and can't really dodge those hitboxes.
Especially with the damage buff they got. But speaking of edit,
me likey what I see.
Neocake's on this new Splatling edit, and we also have the new Sorella on their squad as well. Really going for the new patch combo.
Yeah, the new patch combo goes kind of hard. I love the new Brella. Is it going to work out online? We will see. It still has its issues, but its kit is absolutely top tier. It can prove to be very, very strong if you use it in a team fight, not in a 1v1 scenario, because a 1v1, that's kind of what happens.
And this scenario, we got JJ going up against 1v3, but they are going to be surviving to get the stop, and that's going to be 2 down off of Sonaria.
Yeah, JJ, no way that I saw double 5-star there, right? Was that that couldn't be true. Don't say it's real. Absolute probably go.
Wow, just complete map change right there. FreeFlow just completely painted the mid blue, and they're going to be able to get the... Oh, did they get the checkpoint?
Nope, they did not. Neither team has gotten the checkpoint, because remember, it's 68 and 69 would be the tied scores.
True. But they're going to be going for a second attempt at it if the strikes protect them. They do make it and survive the Stamper on top of that.
There's that 68 points that I had been mentioning about, and that's going to be a big Rainmaker pop coming on the side of FreeFlow. Neocake's going to try and stay alive. They're going to be able to find one. Can they find the second one? They need to stay alive so the team can have some good jumps in. But they are going to just opt to back off. Has to watch out because that sword that's coming from them, and they have the zip castle to chase them down.
That one drop splat was so clean, and they were able to back up on top of that. Sonaria is regrouped, though. They have several specials being used at the moment, but so far not really finding... Oh, there we go. Well, they're losing their own members.
Uh-oh. They are, and the Brella goes in. At least their teammate's able to follow them up. Massive splats there from the shot. They have the Zuka ready. Blue's going to be just grabbing his Rainmaker, running it through. There goes one Zuka shot. 2 Zuka shots. This finds one. They're going to go down. Same with the Rainmaker. Their teammate is gone. The Brella plus the edit are still here, still alive. They're still kicking. Sonaria, they're getting bruised, battered, and beaten. Inkjet from the high ground, able to find one. Can they find another splat on the sword who's on the top right? They will be able to find that. That's going to be a Rainmaker grab. The cooler is out, and a Brella shield able to escort it if they want to use.
Getting down the 30 right here is being a little bit hot under the collar for Sonaria, but not quite to the breaking point just yet. But FreeFlow is just completely holding on. They're keeping the pressure on. If they're able to pick it up and get it further, that could spell disaster for Sonaria, because once you get into this little ramp right here, like, it is so difficult to come back from that.
23 is a good push, but I feel you can see it's still hiding around that right side of that wall. So you haven't been able to get past that safe bounce your head into that wall spot for FreeFlow. So there is an opportunity for Sonaria to really tie up the score and honestly get it down to 22, which is the true headbang spot on that right side.
Once again, just Sonaria going down before they can really make a move. It is 2v2 right now, but the Rainmaker carrier is forced to back up to get those jumps in, and FreeFlow is coming in quick with Azuka on top of that. Yeah,
the Rainmaker is trying to be pressured out. The fall-off shots are not coming through quite yet. Suction Bomb is out. Is it able to find a spot? No. The sword able to walk through and go towards the Brella. You don't want to fight. The sword versus the Brella, I tell you, goes in favor of the katana every time. Oh, until a jetpack comes from raining from the sky. Never mind.
Yeah, the Brella is just a stall tactic before the jet comes in to clean up, and clean up they did. 3 down off of Sonaria, and the Edit is just going to clean up even more, getting 2 members from the jump. That's going to be
that was Control Alt Delete, bro. That was you can just get edited. That was delete.
Just complete copy paste back to spawn, and they're going to be taking another run at it. But the sword might be able to... No, the sword goes down with the shot. And they're still holding on to this Maker.
Yeah, this is going to be a Rainmaker popped on the side of Sonaria. Will be able to find any spots? No. FreeFlow, they are still around. The Rainmaker is going to be grabbed. Is it going to be run off the ledge? No, not quite. Somehow the Brella able to stay alive a lot longer than I expected.
I don't think the never really expected that, but they were able to take it down before they could do too much damage. And all of Sonaria is juiced up and trying to just get in at the pedestal. They haven't even got the pedestal yet, and we have 30 seconds left here.
Yeah, they're going to need to get up there. They're going to be pressured out and spotted down. Here's another Inkjet coming out of the umbrella, trying to get on the highest possible ground that they can find. They're going to do such a good job. The teammate's able to find good spots all around. They know they could just hold this Rainmaker into position, not let it get popped. There's no way that Sonaria will be able to get there. Those spots are coming through, coming in cleanly, coming in clutch, and that's going to be FreeFlow here, Ahmed. Taking this game 1 with a nice, solid wipeout in the end.
Wow, it's such a clean game for FreeFlow. And like Sonaria just had several opportunities to try to get. I was just like FreeFlow cut them off at every single one of them. And, like even when they were able to keep FreeFlow out of their base, just like FreeFlow came back so quickly, like they didn't even get past the line of scrimmage.
Oh, real. At least they got past 5 snaps, unlike Aaron Rodgers. I bet you got that one.
Oh, which one?
Oh, never mind. You said past the line of scrimmage, so I thought you were talking about football. So.
Oh no, I'm a soccer guy.
That makes sense.
It is football in several regions.
No. I'm talking about American football. You said line of scrimmage.
Well,
yeah.
We are going to be having some American footballs in the next one on BlitZ of Crab Leg.
Real. You like? I know you like this. I know I like this because we got all that gridding where we can just run around as spotlight players and go, hee, you can't catch us.
Oh, absolutely. Like the only thing that really ruins our fun is a charger on the opposite side, but other than that, it's like we freely go where we want.
Yeah, but that's like running a charger. That's just like pure spite. Your charger's not the world's greatest thing on this map, but it does shut down the spotlight. Makes the spotlight user cry.
I feel like BlitZ in particular, like tower control, you have that one. There's just like the very narrow option where the tower control goes, but BlitZ is similar, but just still has that ramp going up the middle where the basket is. But even so, we'll probably see a lot of like flank plays coming up that right side, especially if they're running Splatlings again.
Yeah, and on Crab Leg, as I'm just trying to remember its full layout because it's been a hot minute because I was practicing. I may or may not have been practicing exclusively for Riptide before Riptide happened, and then catching up on everything that I didn't do when I was at Riptide. So, excuse me if I'm forgetting the exact full layout of the Clan BlitZ. Is mid fully connected by grading on this one? I know it is on zones, and I know it is split on tower control.
I believe it is solidified for Clan BlitZ.
And does it have the glass on this one, or does it have the glass on Rainmaker? On the far...
That one I do not know.
So yeah, I know there's a little bit of differences between them, but I know the wooden arrow signs, or the red arrows with the wooden blocks in mid, that grading that goes to the either sides, over above pits and then the useless areas, those are all kind of there. It's just which one has rails and which one doesn't have rails.
I think Clan BlitZ is one of the few that has that rail.
It has that rail on the left side.
Right.
Yeah, because I remember watching there's a YouTube video. I guess I'll shout out his name because he did provide us with a second stream for Riptide Pro Chara. It had 3. He said 3 routes for clams. 3 routes for clams or 3 routes for Rainmaker. Actually, I can't remember. Anyway.
I think if I remember, like there are 3 routes for Clan BlitZ because even if you don't take the rail up the left side, which
it's a block.
Here, there is a block.
Yeah,
I've seen several Sneaky Brush get up that block.
Yeah. So the block is gonna be that third option. We're gonna be seeing both teams rocking out that Splatling. Both teams having a cooler and a Tentabrella pick. The Sorella Tentabrella. I love to see it on a map like this. Using that run speed advantage of a cooler, you're able to really just Reinhardt shield your way through towards the goal.
Oh, absolutely. That's just the Splatling 10 combo goes hard, and already we see FreeFlow just really get in there. They do lose 2 of their members with the tent, just trying to survive in the corner, and they're doing an excellent job of that. Like,
Why?
they haven't been able to take it down, and he gets a sneaky pit on the ballpoint of all things.
Oh, stays alive? Has to watch out for the suction bomb. Is gonna that abs JJ with the cleanest tent umbrella movement I've seen in a long time.
Sonaria just completely lost track of them. They were to get up behind the ballpoint before they even realized. Now FreeFlow, like, they're coming back, and they have Sonaria on the ropes here, just completely backed up into their basket region.
Yeah, there's going to be a one Zuka out from either side. Neither of them able to find too much. There's going to be a crab here on crab leg, which, say that 10 times fast. I'm so happy that we don't have the quad crab meta back on crab leg. That would be nightmares.
Well, now you said it, is bound to happen.
No, the crab meta coming back? Please, no. I like crab, but not that much.
Look, just crab on crab, but now we have a Inkjet fighting an Inkzuka, and it looks like the Inkzuka's going to be taken down, but Sonaria once again losing half their team in the process, and their ball to boot. Like, they're just going to have to survive to back up. To their credit, though, they have not let FreeFlow get at the basket either. Like, neither team has been able to score just yet.
Yeah, this is, even though it does have multiple routes to enter, this is a hard map, because besides there being a grading path, a path that you need to paint and jump across, and then a small ramp, which is heavily defender side favored. Unless there's a 10 umbrella shield and everyone gets wiped out.
In which case, that's just a clean open to the basket, and FreeFlow getting the first score of the match, getting down to 71. And Sonaria going to be losing their power clam, and there's still more clams coming in for FreeFlow.
Yeah, they are just, those clams do be flowing into the basket. We are going to see 2 members go down on their side. Where there are still members around, will they be able to throw any more clams in? Nope, they just decided to back off. Smart. Live to battle another battle.
And that Tensorella has that Inkzuka online as well, so, and it's going to be popped right here, so a lot of defensive options coming in, getting a nice pick off a splash up, but they lose their Tenta in the process, and so just kind of like evened out.
Yeah, there is going to be that power climb, just trying to back off. They know that their teammates are here back in mid. Want to get that edit, just wants to get their cooler up, and NeoKicks is going to drop that down.
Oh, JJ getting shut down on that left corner. An attempt was made, and now it's going to be Sonaria coming back in, but just once again, they're missing half their team.
And again, the Jet not able to find it. It's hard. It's really hard to hit those directs onto the grading, especially when somebody has tactical, because they're moving around like Sonic up there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Sonaria just not been able to really keep control of keep their team alive for more than a couple of seconds. It's going to be FreeFlow once again opening up the basket, and the edit just going ham. Oh no, I'm sorry, the Stamper going ham on that top right corner.
JJ's behind. JJ got in with the 10 umbrella shield and got in and across. That allows her Stamper to get up to the top left side. Goes in with the Zipcaster, able to find a good splat. More clams are into this basket. I feel like FreeFlow is just going to be able to walk away with this, especially when they get the clam spawns in mid.
They're certainly using the map terrain to their advantages. Like, Sonaria hasn't been able to really find a recovery, but just JJ left. They just need one clan to bring it back, and they do get shut down. Sonaria with a last resort to get this in, but they haven't even scored a single power clam yet.
The last resort, maybe some may say the last light, is not quite out yet on Sonaria. They still have an opportunity in this match. See what I did there on that? Like that.
I did indeed. But the ballpoint going down before they can use the Inkjet is going to be huge. They do have the Crab and the Zuka on hand, but they don't really have that opening tool that is the Inkjet. And their cooler gets shut down as well. They're just slowly losing the ground in the mid right now.
Yeah, this is going to be a solid hold from FreeFlow. If they can really just lock down this defense, because this map is pretty easy to defend. Sonaria, they've got a massive hill to climb. It's not looking good, especially when you use your shot, which is usually your spear, really early on, alongside your zap. Your dualies are just getting pressured out. Sonaria, if they pull this off, I will be so impressed. You gotta sub to them.
They have the power climb to trigger the overtime, but they do take down 2 members of FreeFlow. This could be their chance, but overtime is slowly ticking away, and JJ is just completely stalling. Like, they don't know which way to turn. They don't want to get cornered out. And the shield just stopping them, just completely knocking them off the ramp.
That is hilarious. I don't think I've ever seen that in this game. I've seen it. I saw it last game with Tenebrilla in S2, but not in this game. Everyone just getting pushed back by the Tenebrilla shield, not able to get to the basket. That's pretty funny. Not to mention that all the members of FreeFlow were still behind that Tenebrilla shield, raining terror of ink bullets down.
Oh man, just did not go in Sonaria's favor right there. Like, they had a bit of a fighting chance in the Rainmaker match, but then they got completely shut down in that Clan Blitz match.
Yeah, and for Sonaria, you gotta bounce back, and you gotta stay strong. It's a map that most teams don't have a lot of good solid practice on. So for Barnacle and Dime, you're gonna have to hopefully bounce back and have a stronger one, because Barnacle and Dime has been here, I know, for a little over 3 months now. But I still find that there's a lot of teams that realistically have not played it that much, especially ones like Zones. They've avoided it. They've been forced to play Clams a little more, but Zones, it has been played, but not nearly as much. Nobody plays Tower Control or Rainmaker on this map.
Yeah, that's right. Like, Barnacle and Dime, like, it's got some decent map combos with Zones and Clan Blitz, as you said, but it's like it hasn't quite gotten the high tier status that something like, you know, Tower Control Inkblot or Tower Control Hacklefish has. So, like, you're right, it hasn't seen quite as much action, and so not many teams have been able to practice it too much. But we'll have to see if FreeFlow or Sonaria has been practicing on it as we get into this next one. But FreeFlow with the 2-0 right now, Sonaria has to take a game off them if they want to get that point.
Yeah, they want to keep their tiebreakers up, but I'm looking at Zones because I know a lot of teams. If you wipe out, you get locked out like instantaneously on this map. It's a map where living is crucial, more so than other maps. It reminds me, like, I haven't seen a map that you need to live as much on Barnacle and Dime, like S1 Moray if you're the E-Leader player, or S1. We're gonna really go back here. Salt Spray Rig, not quite that amount of living. That was play beacons on that map because we had to.
Oh, absolutely.
Type of map. But yeah, this is still one of those maps where the lockout choke points, while it's so massive and so wide, it's so difficult to break through without trading your entire body for it.
And FreeFlow has been running both well, I haven't seen a ballpoint just yet, but they're having that Tenta on hand. It's like, it doesn't do as much like in the PvP, but department, but just the amount of distraction and just the shield itself can really stall out a team just setting up in that choke point. Now, of course, Sonaria has been running that ballpoint, which does a lot if they're able to set up in the choke point, but FreeFlow has just been keeping them on the ropes for the past couple of games.
Bounce back game for Sonaria, or the 3-0 game on the side of FreeFlow. Here we go. All right, so everybody ready? Let's go.
Wow, opting to go with the backlineless comp for Sonaria, and then FreeFlow going back to that Sorella-Brilla.
Yeah, I definitely like Sorella-Brilla on Zones with its Inkjet and its combo of just being able to use that chip damage from its Autobomb, or just the chip damage to get some good spots. It really that 30 hitbox being so big helps your 81 pellets for a maximum damage turn into a kill combo.
Just putting some work. Like, this one player has been trying to take them down for such a long time, but Sonaria does get the zone in the midst of that fight there, and they're going to be able to set up in this defensive posture, but they don't really have that backline to, like, play the distance game right here, so they will have to be pushed up a little bit further than they probably would like. And when you have an Inkjet staring them down, like, it gets rather dangerous. That, unless you have a torpedo to the face.
Yeah, the torpedo is really hard to dodge when you're an Inkjet, because it kind of sits there and comes at you at the perfect elevation if it's used properly. And that's going to be a crab out now for FreeFlow. It should be able to find one. Can it find some more? Lost just trying to run it down. It is behind it. Are you going to get run over? Are you going to get roadkill? Coke gets absolutely laid out, and that's going to be a wipeout. And I told you, Ahmed, before, wipeouts on this map are devastating.
Oh my god, the FreeFlow, they are just moving on in, like they didn't even wait for an invitation. Inkjet edit, they are just completely trying to shut down Sonaria right here, not let them move an inch. They do manage to take down the Stamper, but they are pushed so far in, like they may be able to get this lead off this push.
They are looking good. Should be able for them to get lead. But those Tri-Strikes, they're out. They're going to do a lot of damage to the zone. Here goes an Ultra Slam and a Booyah Bomb. As I say that, the zone lead does flip over, but the cap has now gone back to Sonaria. This is their opportunity. As long as they don't get splatted by the Brella, who does super jump out.
Looking to stay alive, but they did manage to get the lead off of Sonaria, not have too much of a penalty to get through. FreeFlow just trying to break down once again. They take down the Forge Pro. And they do have the Stamper with that Zipcaster online.
Yeah, this is going to be a zone fight, zone scrap Sonaria. They just need to hold on a little bit longer, and that's going to be Zipcaster gone, as along with the Brella. The edit now follows it up. The zone flip will go over into FreeFlow. That's crazy. 3 members down, with the final member able to come up clutch. That was the splash. Painted it all, and not allow Sonaria to have that free lead swap over.
Yeah, the strikes just came out a little too late, not enough to keep the zone. And so they have a bit of penalty to get through. They're almost through it, but they lost half their team there. If they're able to hold on, they are able to get the lead back with 2 minutes to go. And I think that just the Inkjet and the Crab just kind of held them back in the wipeout.
It's just the Zap. The Zap's painted for cooler in zone. FreeFlow, I don't know if they're gonna have time, but are they gonna have enough space to really truly have a good opportunity? There goes one. Can they find some more? The Zap has to fall back. The zone is ticking down. It's ticking down. It's gonna be gone, and that's gonna be Sonaria taking a game off of FreeFlow, but not taking the set.
Wow, this is so reminiscent of that last tower control match we saw in the last set with Eye on the Brush coming and getting the 3 down, disrupting breakdowns. Control of towers, able to take the 1 game off, and the same happened here, getting the clutch wipeout right when they needed it, able to get the KO for the win.
Yes, and that was a good win from Sonaria at the end. They really proved that they are still a solid. They're still a strong team. They can't be disrespected. And FreeFlow, even though they took the first 2 games, if this was a best of 5, it might go different ways. But we never know, but that's why I have to play all 3. We get to see interesting matchups like that. But while we are talking IMAD, our round 3 match is ready. So don't worry, everybody, you don't have to go anywhere. But what I do recommend, as we are on YouTube, is hitting that red button. I don't know where it's located, but it looks like subscribe. Subscribe A. Would recommend.
It's not even rectangular anymore. They've kind of rounded off the edges, but it's still big and red underneath your screen right there.
It's white on mobile. Bro, why?
It's white on desktop too. Did they? Wow, okay. There's no longer a red subscribe button. Hit that white subscribe button.
Yeah. Hit that bell. But while we set up the match between Secret Elixir and Meta equals Cringe, this will be a fire matchup. I'm not gonna lie. We still have some more Q&As to do.
Ooh, yes, indeed.
Which one did we finish on? Oh, we did the Spotling Supremacy. Now it's Grace. Who is your biggest inspiration as a commentator? I'm at. Go.
Oh, putting me on the spot right here. That's a tough one. I might have to take a range check. Like, you go first.
All right, I'll go first. While you look to see who your favorite commentator is. For me, I've got a few. My all-time favorite commentator, Mike Stubbs, my local hockey commentator. You can close your eyes, listen to the radio, and listen to a hockey game, and he can paint the perfect picture of exactly what is going on with all 10 players on the ice. It is the purest art form. He's been asked to go to the big leagues a lot, but he likes to stay in his little hometown. So that, and also I love me some Uber Shouts and the Pansy Hypoc duo from Valorant. I love me some Overwatch and some old school Overwatch and some new school Valorant. And also I love 9 because it's my early inspiration.
Yes, we do love 9. Oh man, all right, I'm gonna have to give a shout out to my team here. Just the dynamic duo that is Saf and Falco. Just like the chemistry that they got whenever they're on mic is just
it's different.
Yeah, it's like the being able to be so expressive and like with their knowledge of the game on top is like I gotta fight my introverted instincts every single time, but they just absolutely go with it.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's like having a fine wine that's aged to perfection. Having a wine that's from last year is good and all, but like those two, it's different. It's also that friendship that oozes through.
Exactly.
All right. Now we got one from Tim. What is your favorite color?
Oh, that one's easy.
Yeah, you go.
Blue for me.
Blue. For me, I always say turquoise because I can't decide between blue or green. But you can ask me on a different day, and the other color would be orange. So those are my 3 favorite colors. You ask me one day, I'll say one. Today, it's definitely green. It's a green day. Maybe it's because the teal mask in Pokemon was just released or something like that. I don't know. That new Pokemon, she looks cool. Oh, sorry, spoilers.
Let's go.
All right. Do you want to read Half's question?
Alright, I'll take a stab at it. So Half asked, what is a question? How do we know what it means? Is Grace stinky? The questions to the answer are what?
Grace is stinky. Not stinky because she put us on mic, so Grace is not stinky for putting us on mic. But Grace is stinky when I don't get put on mic. That is...
No, it's true. True.
That's when Grace is stinky. When we don't get the mic slot. We've got some more. We got some from Cat MM. What flavor do you think ink would be? I've never had squid ink, so I couldn't be able to say like what I would think it would be yet.
Yeah, but I also feel like there's a slight difference depending on what the color is.
Oh, I think there's a massive difference between it. Like the lime color would taste like lime. The bubble, like the green, the ones on Humpback would be like. I feel like the pink one would be like. I don't even know. It would be like a mix of raspberry with like dragon fruit, maybe.
Yeah.
And the green would be. Actually, I don't know. That color combination would be like watermelon to me.
See, it reminds me more of like a kiwi when you talk about like the raspberry dragon fruit.
Oh, true. I don't know. There's different things. Like the royal, like this one. What do you think this one would be? I know orange. This orange is like the most stock and standard orange, so that would be like orange.
I don't know. It's like maybe a mint.
Oh, mint versus orange. GG.
Man, don't brush your teeth with this.
It's like when the dentist asks you, "Hey, what flavor do you want when you're a kid?" Because all us adults just get the mint flavor now. Like, do you want the mint one or do you want the orange one?
For me, it was either the marshmallow or actually no, it's just always marshmallow. I was never a fan of the bubblegum, but
you got that options, bro. Dang.
And I was lucky.
Production's yelling at us to commentate the match, but we have Q&As on YouTube here. We gotta answer the Q&As.
There's a match going on? What?
No, so nothing important has happened. Okay, maybe there has something. Secret Elixir is done. They've gotten 3 down, and Rice is now riding this tower, and a cooler's out. All right, cool.
Yes, 2 back in with the bomb.
Oh!
Just absolutely rolled back to spawn with that one. Thankfully, they had a cooler in hand there, but they shut down again. They jumped into. Rice is not having a good time right now.
No, Rice is getting burnt right now.
But man, the Secret Elixir, I'm sorry, Secret Elixir getting the first checkpoint with that delayed wipeout, and right now they're still on the warpath, shutting down the Anzup and the Charger here. They're just looking to hold this tower for the long time.
Yeah, this tower, it has gotten to the first checkpoint for Secret Elixir, so that is something that they have to their advantage. The Charger's able to take out the ball point. Not a matchup that we're very familiar with there, Ahmed. Unfortunately, we are slightly friend, rest in peace.
Yes, indeed. But they do lose their Slosher as well. The shot just trying to find a splat there with the Zuka shot. Not able to, but they still manage to get 2 down off of Metal Equals Cringe. Just the Charger remaining. However, they do have those strikes on hand, which could be detrimental to anyone stepping foot on that tower.
Yeah, they definitely will if they go onto the tower. And we see Rice, who's having a little bit of a better time right now, able to stay alive. Hopefully nothing bad happens to our friend Rice here and now. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Perfect. Last time we watched Rice, it was not going well.
No, it was not. But so far, Meta Cringe has been able to keep Secret Elixir on that first checkpoint area, and now they get the wipeout. This should be their opportunity to be able to just clean up a mid and go for their own checkpoint. They do have several specials online to help with that, but they just gotta watch out for when Secret Elixir comes back.
Yeah, that's gonna be a cooler out. There is some good specials here for Meta Cringe. They could be able to clear out a lot of space with these 6 strikes to their name. They have used their whale, they have used their strikes. Now there's gonna be Tyler who's around back and absolutely is 180 by the charger. My goodness, but Meta Cringe are going down. It's just gonna be the gal, and they're gonna be pushed back. Lead holds strong for Secret Elixir.
Man, Metal is Cringe was so close to getting that back, but just like, right as they got to that ledge there, Secret Elixir just walked on the tower and pushed them off.
Yeah, this is gonna be a match for sure. There goes Kurta using their jet. They're gonna try and find the jump out, but they aren't able to get that one in time. There is the Slosher. They are gonna fall. We know that the gal is on that right side, but remember Secret Elixir. I don't think they know exactly where the gal might be.
I don't think they suspect just yet, and they are going to just drop onto Kurta and just wipe them off that tower, trying to find a follow-up splat as well, and it's going to just delay them long enough to get that tower back to mid. Secret Elixir not able to get too much of that second checkpoint here, but we are approaching the last minute of the game.
Yeah, here goes those strikes and the killer whale. Lots of damage being done. Minute left, approaching on the clock twice. Able to find some space with that Sploshel, but opting to go left. Can they go left with their teammate? No, the Slosher goes down. Faithful finding a good opportunity to shut that one down.
50 seconds remaining. Meta Cringe is in control of the tower for the time being, but Secret Elixir is putting up one heck of a fight. And there's just a lot of orange paint on the map right now. And just that's going to be another 3 down off of Meta Cringe. And 30 seconds remaining. I don't see how they're getting able to bring this back with the hold that Secret Elixir has had on them so far.
Yeah, there's going to need to be a mint shortage in Mecha Mart if Meta Cringe is going to come out on top. Because right now, Secret Elixir, they're rocking their way down to this second checkpoint. They've got a tactical able to help protect and stall out the members of Meta Cringe. Wheel bombs there. The checkpoint is going to be falling, so that's a massive, massive advantage for Secret Elixir going into the final 10 seconds here.
And it only ends up remaining 5 seconds to go. It's just like they're a bit staggered and they just keep on falling as they try to drop. Secret Elixir is going to be taking the first match pretty dominantly, I must say.
Yeah. Once they got that strong foothold in mid, they always just seem to have the general advantage in the map, but not until the final 20 seconds did they really solidify and put it away.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw they get a nice Zuka shot taking down half the team in one go.
Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track with our watermelon flavored ink. I love this Q&A. We need to get the Q&A on Twitch.
Oh, absolutely. Even if you know what, even if it's a slightly more manual than usual, I would love to see some sort of addition.
I think it adds a little bit. What do you guys think, Chad? Do you guys like it? I think it adds a little bit of spice, and then a little bit more viewer engagement. So then us commentators don't have to just read Twitch chat, because reading Twitch chat during commentary is would not recommend.
You know, I think we just enjoy talking about ink flavors too much.
Actually, that's true. It's actual and true. I remember when I went to like the skate park and that, which Humpback Pump Track is like a BMX track. Back when I in my BMX days, a real good go-to summertime snack would be watermelon and apple slices. So there's that.
Oh, absolutely agree.
Mix that with Gatorade. Or
watermelon and Gatorade right now. That's a combo I would not have thought of.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just trying to think.
The better question would be, what is Tactical taste like?
Bro, Tactical tastes like the drink equivalent of the Krabby patty, bro. We'll never know, and it won't. It's good. Just gonna be like whatever it is. It's just like a good drink.
You know what? Fair enough. Ooh, we're gonna be hopping this, and we're gonna be seeing both the edit on the side of Meta Cringe and the new Nuevo ballpoint from Secret Elixir.
Yeah, we are gonna be seeing this rumor be popped pretty early. So Secret Elixir is gonna be able to try and rocket down to this right side. Not quite at this coveted vac, which can make it so much easier to get the checkpoint. Gerda has to try and stay alive, but they are gonna go down in a trade scenario. Checkpoint though has been broken. Rice just get opt it and run it down to get down to 48.
Yeah, they didn't really too many other specials to get that first checkpoint, and getting the couple points after that was a nice bonus. But they still have quite a bit of pink, once again, paint on the map. Like, meta equals Cringe, even though they took down Secret Elixir, they didn't really have the opportunity to push up and take the zone as well. So they're kind of stuck in their own base.
They kind of are. There's a killer whale out. We're going to be seeing the Slosher trying to follow up twice. Is going to go down. Oh, goes massive, gets two before finding themselves taken out. That should allow their team to stall just a little bit, but no, not enough. Meta equals Cringe still finding a way to get it done. Edit, giving their life for the checkpoint, but a checkpoint nonetheless.
Yeah, nice checkpoint cap, but once again, 3 members down. They're going to be back in time for the defense, but that's going to be several of their specials just out of commission for a little bit longer, which could play Secret Elixir's. Yes, Secret Elixir's advantage with that back online.
No! And that's a massive explosion. Unfortunately, not able to get that coveted combo pop of the Rainmaker going down, but being able to pop it with your own back shot. So, a good push is down to 20 though. Still a good push.
Indeed. Now, for Humpback Punch Out, do you think this kind of push would be safe? Or does Secret Elixir really gotta watch for that and try to push it a little bit further?
This map is never safe, We've got, on one side, we've got a vac, and the other side, we've got Tri-Strikes, plus a crab. I feel like a Rainmaker can get popped at any time, at any distance. So, once first checkpoints are gone, it's anybody's game.
We're back to the good old Splatoon 2 Rainmaker one.
Real. The old style Splatoon. Just where... Back in my day, we had no checkpoints. We just ran that thing down mid.
Yes, indeed. Meta equals Cringe picking up the Rainmaker and getting a nice pick off the ballpoint. They're still up and running right now. They haven't been wiped out by Secret Elixir just yet. So they're going to be trying to find an opening. Well, I just completely jinxed them. Half their team just went back to spawn.
Yeah, and Rice is going to try and go up. There's 2 suction bombs with the Rainmaker's name on it. They are going to get taken out. Not able to find anyone else to take them down with them. We're going to see a left side push, and I believe Twice is just going to be able to stay behind their wall. Has to watch out because Rice is trying to land those shots down with the machine. With a little nerve, not able to get as many shots out as it needed. Twice still alive, knows who the last member of Secret Elixir is. And here goes that push, I bet.
This is going to be Meta equals Cringe's first real opportunity for a push. 3 members of Secret Elixir went down there, and the Strikes are going to clean up another member, but just once again, Meta equals Cringe isn't able to stay alive for too much longer. They're still stuck on that corner, not getting any more points off that push.
Yeah, there is going to be trying to stay alive is Avran, who's on this Slosher. Just wanting to keep mid in their control. Secret Elixir, so far so good. They've been really able to knock down this time, knock down the clock, and this lead. It's proving to be strong at the moment. With Meta equals Cringe, they just haven't been able to have that one key moment yet.
I just need the one sprint, so the one open door to just really run away with it. Just once again, so far, Secret Elixir has been keen on keeping that door firmly shut, and just the amount of 1v1s that they've been able to come out on top of have really pushed that in that favor.
Yeah, 1v1s on Rainmaker are exponentially more noticed, I find, because you can really just see when you don't have that map control with that Rainmaker. There's less bodyguards for it, and that's what they need. That Meta equals Cringe. They need some bodyguards to take this Rainmaker on the right. There's gonna be a crab out with those strikes. Everything's been used. Everything in the kitchen sink. All 4 specials. And what are they gonna be able to find? They're gonna be able to find it down at 37. No specials left, and they gotta fight this into a vac now. Difficult timing here, Ahmed.
Yeah, it is going to be a definite uphill battle. They do take down the splash shot, but they have a Booyah Bomb here. Just 3 members of Secret equals Cringe, or Secret. I'm just getting them completely mixed up now. Secret Elixir.
Secret equals Cringe. Meta equals Elixir.
Hey, you didn't hear it from me.
Real. But yeah, Secret Elixir able to come out on top, and at the end of that game, having a vac when a Rainmaker's half popped in your favor, you just vac that Rainmaker shield. Yeah, they can kind of hit the Rainmaker shield a little bit through your vac because it's bigger, but at the end of the day, your vac will get filled up, and you can just launch that thing at the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker's not. If you launch it straight at the Rainmaker, they cannot get out of the way before it explodes.
Mm-hmm. And even if they do manage to pop it, it's just gonna be like, you try to pick it up, it's gonna still shoot you.
Yeah. I don't actually know the matchup between Rainmaker shield and vac. If you're vacking it, you probably don't die, do you?
I wouldn't imagine so, but
I haven't done that yet. Because like usually people, whenever they see the Rainmaker shield getting vac, they just try and kill the vac.
Mm-hmm.
Because they realize they can't pop it in time. That's something I gotta try.
Quite the experiment.
But yeah, we are going to be going into Clan Blitz, Barnacle, and Dime for our last game of groups. We would like to say that Secret Elixir, with this win, have secured themselves the 3-0 in their pool, meaning that they will be moving on a Great White.
And this is going to be our second Barnacle and Dime in the last 2 sets. Third game, in fact. Just going to be the other suitable mode, Clan Blitz. And this is another one like just. It's a lot harder to get to the basket because the choke points work in the opposite direction.
Yeah, they do kind of they definitely do. We're gonna be seeing a Wiper come out, both teams with the ball point, but neither of them having that vac, which I think is definitely the smart choice. Fizzy Bomb on this map is disgusting. In Inkjet, you need something to get that top left. That top left, especially around that glass, is a devastating area to hold and attack on. So that is what determines who's gonna really have the stronger push.
Absolutely. We're seeing a bit of a. Well, I was gonna say it's a bit of a stalemate, but then Soda comes in, cleans up, gets the wipeout. Once again, Secret Elixir just absolutely having a free reign of the basket, and they have 2 power clams to throw in as well.
And there's an Ultra Stamp out, gets taken out. Rice, good Zuka shots, able to find a lot, and this is down at 39, 36. I'm at already. There's no possible one. Tamplin's gonna get down below 30. We're a minute into the game. Please chill out, Secret Elixir.
Secret Elixir, they were done with that long-term match that we had last one. They're just wanting to close that now.
12? We're a minute in, I'm. What happened?
Oh, they were coolered as well, so they're going to be back soon. Just not soon enough to get it before the basket closes. But holy moly, Secret Elixir, they came into play apparently.
You think? They were here. They had whatever elixir they had today. This is a powerful one. This is enough to take out a Great White Shark.
And it's a little bit more than your usual Tacticooler.
Real. This is like that the Tacticooler with wings, some may say. Hashtag not sponsored.
Oh, but Medic and Cringe, they have control of this choke point now. Getting 2 members down off of Secret Elixir. Just gotta watch out for the H-Jet that's still in the air.
Yeah, they're gonna see the landing, but can they punish it? No, their teammates around from Secret Elixir able to make sure that they stay alive and Rice. That's a good Zuka. It forced all the members of Medic with Cringe back, forcing them to use 2 specials to reclaim all that space that they had just lost from the 1.
Oh, a nice pick off the opposing ball point. All of Secret Elixir is kind of in that glass corner here. This could be an opening to the basket. They managed to break it open, 2 power clams in, and now it's Meta equals Cringe's turn to have control of the basket.
Yeah, this is massive for them. They've got good clams coming in all the way down to 30. That's really good. They just need a couple more, and they gotta watch out because there's an Ultra Stamp. Ultra Stamp with your name on it is something you don't want. The Zap has fallen. There's no possible way now that Meta equals Cringe can get to that basket to keep it open. 30. It's a decent push though.
Yeah, considering they're having to go up against 12, like 30 off their first push is phenomenal, and they still have a decent amount of control here to have a follow-up push if they can get that pity clam in.
This map can be volatile with how bad clam zones are, and as the Jet comes in, beautiful single kill, able to find another one. Wow, don't see too many multi-frag Jets these days with how used to dodging Jet shots everyone is.
Oh, but then it ran out just at the most inopportune time. They weren't able to get the power climb in, and with 2 of the members down, Secret Elixir is going to be pushing them back to mid, and just like closing out that bit of a push right here. Still, they have quite a bit of bit of clams in their possession, still is able to maintain that power clam, so they have an opportunity if they're able to stay alive.
Yeah, and there goes a lot of members of Cringe going down. They've got 2 gone. Another one is most likely going to fall, especially with an Ultra Stamp chasing them down. Power Climb is down on the ground. More clams are going to be wanting to be thrown together for Secret Elixir so they can get that Power Climb in. Oh, throw it into the basket. There we go.
It was below the basket and not on the ledge, but
not in the water.
No. Oh, but there goes another Power Climb. 4 points of penalty remaining and 12 to boot. But it's just soda remaining. There is a clam underneath the basket. Several more clams just spawned. Not quite able to get to them in time.
I didn't know clams could spawn down there. That's why I always get grief by clam spawns. I'm like, where did you come from?
Oh, it was a perfect clam spawn, but just not at the right timing. We are down to the last minute, and Secret Elixir still holding on to that lead.
They are. The strikes are out. Cringe, forcing the members of Secret Elixir back, but not far enough where Rice can't pop the Zuka and maybe get some value. Gets one and knows that there's a jump there. Should be able to camp this, but no, the Dropper comes in clutch. Can they find the shots to connect down? They will. That's A-okay that they go down into trade because their team wiped them out.
Back down to 4 penalty points, but they chew through those down to 7. 20 seconds and a Kurta remaining, but they're going to be shut down as well. Still, like, they don't have Mimikyu, which isn't going to be picking up the pity clamp, so this could be a power clamp lost there. Yeah. And they have 10 seconds to make something happen here.
I was thinking they definitely kind of need that because that's an instant extra 20 in your pocket. You got to get all the way down here to 7. That's a lot of clams going. Here's those strikes. Here's that jet. What can they find? Nothing able to be found first, but there is going to be a dogfight. Can they be one? And Cat comes out on top. Rice is able to get a splat underneath the basket. The basket has been open. Splatling is able to run, and Cat gets another one. Another one goes down. It's just going to be Typho. Can Typho stay alive? Cat has to turn around, but not in time. Typho gets taken out. There's more clams coming into the basket. You need to stay alive. Does that mean to stay alive for the jumps to come in? The saucer is gone. It's just going to be twice left on this gal. Has to come up with a miracle. Throws a clam in, but there's no time left. The Splatling is just too far away.
Cringe is just outnumbered, outgunned, and now outpainted. Secret Elixir taking a rather close 3rd game for the 3-0.
Yeah, very, very close game for the 3-0. And Cringe, they had a good showing here. Their opening push going down to 30, 99 times out of 100, I would say that'd be enough. But push to 12 on the side of Secret Elixir, something I very, very rarely see. A push below 50 after opening is not common at all. A push below 20, unheard of.
Is so rare. It's like Secret Elixir just pulled off that play so flawlessly. I don't think Cringe was ready for it, to be honest.
I like the number of times I've seen like Climblitz games start and go from 0 to 100 where it wasn't like FT win or AR coming from 100 to 0 on just your average Joes. I really have not seen it. I've seen it twice of 2 teams that have equal skill sets. So a push of 12, that was really, really good.
Absolutely. You're going to be taking the gander of this bracket of round 3 here. I've seen quite a few 3-0s out there. Secret Elixir being one of them. Any other notable names stand out to you?
EP Dreepy's taking a game off of InControl Red Sun? Wow.
Hey, yo.
That is a one to write home. That's a game to write home about. Holy moly. Wow.
Yes, indeed.
So, but we will be seeing pretty much a lot of teams in our brackets while we get these sorted out. But while we have some opportunities and while we have some time before we take our break, set up top cut and set up our lobby, we should do the rest of our Q&As here, Imad.
Oh yes, indeed. I think we have 2 left. Flavor.
Yeah, Tim has, which team do you think is the best in the West? Imad, do you want me to start or do you want to start on this one?
You go ahead.
Jackpot. Jackpot is the best in the West. They've proven to beat Europe in recent times. They've proven to beat everyone else in NA. They literally came off of the best NA tournament. When I watched them perform out of their minds in tournaments over on Dapple, it's been crazy. I would like to see them prove their worth in Super Jump and show how strong they are, but I don't know how much of their hiatus they're on at the moment. I know they had a hiatus that lasted 3 days, so I guess it was that.
A truly
for me, it's Jackpot. They've literally beat everybody else outside of Japan. And they have also beat Japan.
Honestly, I would have to agree with you there. Like, up until like maybe a couple weeks ago, like it has been Starburst on the rise, but it seems like they're advocating the throne, and Jackpot is the one that stepped up to take it.
I'm just looking like, let's see some past winners for Jackpot. Like Squid Junction 50, they took it, which they beat teams like Destroy and Floppa Floppa. They won the North American Championship, which is the North American Championship. They won the Clan BlitZ Cup, or was it the Clan BlitZ Mode Cup? Like showing off to people like, hey, Clan BlitZ is a nasty mode. Realistically, there is no one on Jackpot's level right now, which is it's quite nice. Yeah, hashtag free IPO. Let's get some more. What's our next one?
Opinions on Eeltail Tower.
Ooh. Pigeon. I like Pigeon.
Yes, absolutely agree.
Opinions on Eeltail Tower. Do you want to start on that one, Ahmed, or do you want me?
Oh man, I have mixed feelings. It's like it can be, you can have a good match on Eeltail Tower, but I think it just comes down to because it's the hallway map of hallway maps. Like there's only one route. You have one path. You gotta break through it or get broken to win. And I feel like that's another map mode. Like if you get wiped out, you lose so much ground.
Yeah. For me, it's a team coordination map. I remember I was talking with Skep about this on a tournament before, and they were saying how it's so team coordinated. If your team doesn't know how to play and your team doesn't know their positioning and what the goal of their positioning and what their holding is, you will just automatically lose. And I agree. I think it's like, if your team is bad and not coordinated, you will do bad on it. You will just do bad. Like it's like Sturgeon Tower Control, which is why I hate Sturgeon Tower Control, because my teammates don't know where to stand in solo queue or in my thing. I literally made top 16 Riptide with some of these clowns, and they still don't know. We still don't know where to stand on that map.
Wow!
Do I?
Absolutely calling them out.
Yes. Monkeys they are, which is why we stood in front of the monkey, because we're monkeys. Shoutouts to the monkey. Anyway, I think Eeltail Tower Control in solo queue is not fun. It's not fun. But you play against a machine, GG. Have fun. In competitive environment, we shouldn't shun it as much as we shun it. It's a team environment map, which can snowball out of control if you're bad. So yeah. And then Kian, favorite map mode and why is it Mincemeat Clams? You know what? I'm going to start with this one. Mincemeat Clams is an underrated map mode combination. It is very stally, very holdy, and very slow paced. Why can't we accept that we should have some maps that feel like a stall fest in our map pool? I don't understand.
You know,
why does every map have to be fast and explosive?
I feel like that kind of place that would promote the backline comp. Like you would definitely not see any like those frontline comps. I don't think. I think
Wiper Deco with beacons and missiles. I think missiles would start showing up again because I like watching the world burn.
That's a valid point.
Yeah. I don't know. Mincemeat Clams is definitely not my favorite map mode combination in this game at all. But it's not the worst map in the game. It's literally not. When Flounder Heights is sitting right there. Why? Because I can't. Why? Because my little peanut brain can't play any weapons on Flounder Heights.
Flounder Heights. But what about Hammerhead?
That's a disgrace. It's not S1 Hammerhead. S1 Hammerhead, I could play Bren Speed.
True.
And she's the entire system.
Alright, I'll concede that one.
Yeah.
I feel like my real favorite map mode would have to be Manta on either zones or tower control. It's just the splatling heaven.
I love the zones pick there. I mean, I think that's a W pick. All right, we got one from Jenny. What one buff or nerf would you like to see in the game? Maybe for weapon or just yeah, whatever we want. Yes, Hohen, we're in our own world. Doesn't matter. I might you start with this one buff, one nerf.
See, I don't feel like there's too many that needs nerf right now. Like, I don't walk into solo queue like, oh wow, this is absolutely kicking my butt. It's like, there's surprisingly a nice balance of things right now. And maybe that's just because I am on my splatling high horse here, but it's like, I feel like I can do a lot of good things, both in the competitive and the solo queue realm. Buffs? See, and if you count like just fixing stuff buffs, you know, the ever-present Brella fixes that are needed.
Bro, let's fix them, bro. Please.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah, Brellas could use a little bit of love. Dynamo could use a little bit of love. I think those would be my top two.
For me, it's nerf, like add white ink to shooters. So when they gave shooters all these little buffs in S2, because in S1 shooters were strong, but you play an S1 shooter and you play an S3 shooter, even though the 10 attack is like relatively the same, it just feels so much slower in S1 due to lack of movement abilities and lack of like coming in and out of squid form and being able to shoot. So it's keeping that, but adding ink penalties, I feel, to shooters. So then you have to be smarter with what you're doing. I want to keep the ability and free movement of the game without slowing it down, but while taking away from shooters. And my buff would be giving other weapons that aren't shooters, making it so that shooters might have more splatting potential, but giving other weapons the painting potential. So maybe Dynamo doesn't do as much damage as it did in S1. Maybe we don't have to have everything do crazy amounts of damage, but maybe everything else just paints more. Maybe shooters are the slayers, or blasters are like the slayers, but everyone else is like Dynamo paints more, Big Swig paints more. Maybe like the bows paint more. Yeah, Reflex needs more paint. You heard it here first. One actual buff that I would do, like if I was to say one buff, would be keep Reflex paint how it is, so it's still the best painting weapon in the game, but make it so it's when you charge it up and go for a shot, it has like 15% or 25% longer range, because right now you're literally the exact same range as a shooter, and you have RNG if your little 3 shots hit the same person at once. I can stand at a training dummy with stick controls on, and I have a 50% chance of hitting them and a 50% chance of not. It's bad. I don't know. The game just doesn't like it. All right.
Next one would be Tori Kensa. How many egg? How many egg?
How many egg? All right, let's go to Semirun. Semirun stats.
Oh, that kind of how many egg? Okay.
I don't know. What am I? How many eggs do I cook in the morning?
2.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2. If it's me and my mother, 4. Because it's 2 people, so you just get 2. How many eggs?
Alright, so for me, I'm just gonna go with the total golden eggs ever.
Golden eggs?
I can't remember what my top score is, but so I have 144k, 130, yeah.
I have 129,502. How many shifts works do you have, Ahmed?
15k.
I've got...
Actually, no, that's wrong. 1500. I added a 0. Don't listen.
I have 1,416, so I have less than you. I have less eggs and less shifts. How many king bosses have you defeated?
Oh, 131.
131? I have 109. Cool. How many gold scales do you have right now? And that will be our last topic.
42.
I have 34.
And I know there are several people who grind the heck out of Salmon Run and are probably like putting my stats to shame right now.
Yes. Yes. Alright, Poland Hero. Why is IPL a bad organization? Is that what it reads? Oh, sorry. Favorite reaction tweet to IPL getting a Twitch ban. I was gonna say, why is Holland saying IPL is a bad organization? I didn't tweet it out. Favorite reaction. It was Kraken accidentally changed. This is no shame on Kraken. I love Kraken. Kraken and I are friends. He accidentally changed he went live on IPL instead of his OnlyFans account.
Ooh. Ooh.
I might be the last IPL stream I'm on, so
wow.
Yeah, that's...
Well, that
Yeah.
would make sense.
Yeah.
That would definitely do it.
I'm literally waiting for what's going on. What's your favorite one? How can you recover after that?
I don't even know. I basically shut up the stream. Hey, what's going on? I was like, oh, we're on YouTube. Like, oh, okay.
That's your reaction?
Pretty much. Like, I don't. Unless there was like, unless the one time that Skep had us play Call of Duty music came back to bite us in the butt, like that was my only thought.
Wait, Call of Duty stuff? Crazy.
I heard that there was like one time there was one song that was not Splatoon on a Splatoon tournament.
Bro, I think I'm gonna be straight honest. I think we should play like Nintendo music here. I'm down for it. I know Proving Grounds plays whatever they want to play, but I think like we have like some Mario songs in here, some Zelda songs in here, some Pikmin songs in here, Animal Crossing, you name it, Fire Emblem, Kid Icarus. Let's get Kid Icarus at the direct, baby! Woo! That'd be cool.
Oh, that would be cool.
Also, the Kraken comment that I had from before, that didn't happen. That's not a true story. That'd just be funny. That would just be funny. All right. Pipe Dream is shoving it down our throats that we should probably talk about the teams that are going to be playing in our match.
Ah, if you insist.
But I'm going to avoid that, so I'm going to talk about Zone's Mako Mart.
Yeah, see, there's another classic one. Zone's Macromar. There's like another staple map mode combo.
Crazy. And we got shape tower control.
There you go.
We need more tower control maps because our tower control map pool is very limited in this game.
For real.
Why does half the maps have to have the tower go backwards at some point in time, bro? Like, didn't we learn in Splatoon 1 that was a bad idea?
Apparently not.
It's like, let's just give the other team free points, baby.
I was saying we have like 2, but then I realized we played Tower Control Mako in the previous set, so 3. We have 3 that are regularly used.
Yeah. Inkblott's is there for tower control. It's zones. I love its zones. If only I had such good fun playing zones at Riptide, except the time when I got sniped by Basil. And then I got sniped by Basil. And then I got sniped by Basil.
Once again, the Chargers come out just to spite these Splatlings.
Yeah. Swap back to E-Later, bro. Why did you swap back to E-Later? Sorry. I told Kyo to sell it. Kyo, if you're watching, you sold that perfectly. I was holding that. I held the camera at Riptide, everyone. So for the finals, so whenever Kyo did his pop off, I got to see it firsthand. He sold that. He sold that like an actual legend. Man could go an acting career in the Splatoon when the Splatoon movie comes. Nogami hire him.
For real. I feel like just Riptide in general was such a fun event. Like, shout out to Riptide once again. Get the hype up early.
It's if you have the chance, definitely go. They're amazing.
And you might be able to see maps like Tower Control, Ship-Shaped Cargo.
Real. So we've got Velocity versus Tamako and Wug's Birthday Bash. Oh yeah, it's Wug's birthday! That's right. Everybody wish Wug a happy birthday today.
Hey yo.
Yeah, it's Wug's birthday. Because it used to be Toma's Birthday Bash, but now it's Wug's Birthday Bash because it's actually Wug's birthday.
Ah. You right.
All right, stream chat. Get ready to sing happy birthday in chat. I want to see everybody saying happy birthday to you. You know, get it going in the chat, everybody. We
will
do the
not
Q&A.
be doing it on stream. You'll have to pick up the slack for us.
Yeah, the stream's got to do it because I don't want I don't know if happy birthday is like copyright free.
Facts. But this is, I guess, we went on such a rabbit trail. Like, we are in Great White now. We are in the top cut. Pools have ended, so this is the cream of the crop of this tournament tonight. And yeah, going back to this good old bracket here, we have Velocity versus Tamako versus Wug Birthday. We have Secret Elixir up here. We saw them take the 3-0, going against Black Excellence, and then of course InControl Red Sun versus Dark Masters. And then it looks like it's several just the pickups as well. I didn't get a chance to look at those rosters, but we're gonna be going to this match here.
Yeah. Wug, stop typing to me. You got a match. Okay, there we go. Perfect.
Pay attention to the game, but that's gonna be E-Leader versus Squelcher here.
Not surprised. Toba versus Bronze is that will be a matchup that we'll see quite frequently. Very, very nice people. Very strong players. I hope to say that. So this will be a matchup. That kid just trying to paint up to get that Zuka ready to go. That we know how explosive this special can be.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when you have a direct line of sight on someone with the bubbler. It's going to be a bit of a hindrance if trying to use it just to fight the brush, and the shot does come out on top. But Velocity hasn't capped the zone just yet.
Yeah, Tato did go down, and Tamako is also gone as well. It's going to be Toba trying to find some snipes down, while Wug, the Birthday Bash Fiend, is just trying to get some bomb spots down. As the blaster is pushing up, there is going to be Tato running around to try and cap that zone. Members of Birthday Bash, they're trying to find a way out, but Velocity, they're holding tight and they're holding strong.
Getting close to that 50 mark. Velocity still are, Tamako and Wug's Birthday hasn't yet been able to break through, but they have several specials online right now. They're going to be throwing them out, trying to find an opening, but E-Leader does go down, and yeah, Velocity is just completely holding strong right here.
Yeah, they're losing members, but Bronze able to do a lot of chip damage, a lot of fast, and a lot of paint control until runs out of ink. That's the most unfortunate thing as a Jet Squelcher. You're painting the map and then you'll lose out because you don't have any more ink.
Yeah, it never happens to me. Couldn't be me.
Real.
But the Crab just really locking down the front of that zone there, taking down Tamako on the splatter shot. Tamako and Wug's Birthday Bash trying to regroup right now, but there's just a lot of yellow on the map right now, and we see the blaster trying to get back in that corner again, just trying to lock it down. But once again, just several specials for Tamako and Wug's Birthday Bash online and ready to go. Yeah,
there's Zuka and Ultra Stamp out. Brush again is going to fall down. We are going to see this Wave Breaker. Have to play jump rope over it. You don't want to get marked out by the zone. It needs to be capped here for Birthday Bash, because if not, that's going to be the end of the game. There's one snipe being found. There's a jump. Should be able to be camped easily for Toba. And they are able to find that spot. Now it's just going to be Bronze. Bronze is gone. Wipeout time. I'm mad. It's big.
Oh yeah, this is a complete flip of the map right now. It just went from yellow to blue so fast. And like with that wipeout, like they still have a good bit to take the lead, but the shot of the Zuka is gonna give them another fighting chance.
And this is gonna be dangerous because Blaster's got us trying to stay alive. Wug's gonna be able to paint the zone. This is Tamako up on this top left side. Gonna get Burst Bomb out of position. The zone is ticking down. Members of Velocity are falling. This is dangerous because they need to get onto the zone right now quickly. They have a Crab out. They don't want to go down with this Crab. Tamako trying to stay alive. They're just gonna be pressured out. Wug put that big roller down on zone. She's going to be able to stay in it and hold it. There is going to be an Ultra Stamp down. I did hear it. Going to go towards the members of Velocity. One goes down. Just going to be Toba and Wug. Wug's going to try and stay alive. Birthday, bash. That's going to be the game. Whew, what a way to start off the series.
I feel like just the splatter shot in the corner, distracting the crab, just like gave Tamako and Wug's birthday the opportunity they need to just keep controls on. If that crab had focused fully on zone, like, it could have been a completely different story.
Yeah, rocking some of those new emotes and then the OG dab. Gotta love that. Speaking of something not so OG, because that was an OG map mode combination of Mako Splat Zones, Tower Control Sturgeon, or why did I say Sturgeon? This is Ship-Shape Cargo, the new map.
Yes, indeed. This is one of the products of Sturgeon Shipyard, the Ship-Shape Cargo Co. Tower Control Edition, first seen on the SOS. What do you like? We saw the custom jet. Do you think we'll be seeing the vanilla jet coming back in with that back?
I don't know the mind. I don't fully know the mind of Bronze yet. Bronze is, I mean, he's a unique person. You got to see him on the weekend, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Very unique Splatoon mind. So, I would most likely expect to see the custom come back out. I guess maybe, because like if I don't see it on zones, then I probably don't think I'm gonna see it on Tower Control. I might see it on Rainmaker though, but I don't know, because I feel like this Toxic Mist, Bronze is so good with that. Just landing those Toxic Mists, proving me wrong all the number of times I've been wrong with that, bro. If Nox comes on here and starts roasting me about my Toxic Mist take, I will take the L. Toxic Mist, alright. It has its more usages than I used to give it. Because it just doesn't work against dualies. It literally doesn't work against dualies and shooters. They just swim through it. I want my Disruptor back. I'm so used to the Disruptor, where you used to throw it on somebody, and they literally weren't able to move. It was like having chains, being chained to the floor, and not having any
loot trap.
Real.
Alright, getting into it. We're seeing the ballpoint make an appearance here.
Ballpoint Bronze.
And no changes except for the variant of the brush swap, I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Ombre is now on Velocity. Which the blaster, one of the blaster masters of the path, coming back into the forefront. Especially with the last few tournaments they've been playing in. And they are going to be able to find Toba, but get taken out just as fast as they found that splat.
That's going to be a quick 3 down off of Velocity, and the tower is going to that first checkpoint. It's like, I've not played enough of this map to know the strats. Like, where are they going to be coming from to contest that? Or like just let the checkpoint do its thing and wait for it coming back to mid?
I don't even know. I'd love to tell you, this is realistically the first time I've seen this map be played outside of my open games since I played one game of all the maps on the first day of the patch. So right now I'm just a Splatoon fan.
Yes, less commentating, more taking notes for our own personal gameplay. Bubbler is still strong for Tower Control though, that hasn't changed.
No, that literally has not changed. It is gonna get shredded out, and Tato has an Ultra Stamp and is able to find one. I believe that was an Ink Mine Splat, or the longest range Stamper. And that's going to be another one. Tato going massive here right now on this brush.
Also, I feel like the combo, they have a double Ink Mine comp right now between the E-Leader and that brush there. Like, they could just completely lock down that tower if they can fit them on, but 2 members of Tamako and Wug's birthday bash is going to go down. The tower is going to reset to mid, but I just realized there's 2 checkpoints and both of them are gone.
Yeah, I forgot this is a 2 checkpoint map. Huh. Unique take, taking notes. Has to watch out for that bomb there, Bronze. Good play. There is going to be that tactical out and an Ink Jet. I don't think that they knew where Tato was and get taken out by Toba. Toba's gone, though. That kid with a big Zuka able to find one. And they know that there is a brush behind them. They have an Ultra Stamp, though. But at any moment in time, that Uno reverse card could come out. And the bad side of it was found by the members of Velocity. That kid, gets tower tricked around, and Tato goes big.
There's only 2 checkpoints, and Velocity has yet to get through the first one here. They do have still some solid control, but Tato just being a nuisance in the backside there. they're going to be jumping out to stay safe, and Velocity has another chance at the checkpoint with the Inkjet to follow it up, but they just got to watch out for that E-Leader that's watching them.
Yeah, Bron's able to find one, has to watch out. Toba's going to jump around the corner. The members of a Birthday Bash are coming through. They've got the Zuka, and two go down at the same time to one Zuka shot. Massive. Ombre has jumped back in, so the shooters are going to be there, but Toba finds the clean snipe. Ooh, was that a collapse? No, it wasn't.
I don't even see what took them down. It was either the bomb or the E-Leader. Either way, that's going to be a detrimental hit to Velocity because they're going to be staggered coming back from spawn.
E-Leader just has... Toba's got so much range over here on the top left side. Able to throw that wave breaker down and really control. And wow, that hits surprisingly. That's a lot of the low ground there. Just very surprised by that.
Must be like right in that sweet spot where it can reach, but you know, with that checkpoint down, like they're going to be able to get at least a couple more points, especially if they're running that bubble. But somehow the Junior goes down. They do get a couple more points off of it, but the Zuka's going to clean up the Rider. It's just the Brush just trying to find something, but they do get taken down as well.
Yeah, Toba going to be opting to back off. Wug's going to be there to support and help hold mid. Smart play. Has that wave breaker, able to throw it down just to create that extra layer of safety. But that does not create safety over a Trizuka.
No, it is not. Thankfully, the Zuka did not connect with them, so they are alive for another fight. But we are getting down to the last minute, and really, Velocity has not been able to push too far past mid.
No, they have not.
Oh, well, that might change right there.
That's a wipeout. That's devastating if you're on the side of Birthday Bash. This is massive for Velocity because they need this. This is a best of 3, not a playoff 3. They lose this game, they're out of the tournament.
That's right. They need to take this match in order to stay in it, but they have a checkpoint to go through and only 30 seconds to do so. But that is going to be another 3 down with just the Junior remaining. Wug going to be playing a little bit of defense here, but like not having the range or the kill power to really contest that tower. And that E-Leader got shut down once again.
They did, and Bronze has a jet. This lead is going to be taken over Velocity. My goodness, with a wipeout right at the end of the game, they're able to snowball this tower down with a lot of cold around them. It's easy to make that snow, and easy to make it roll.
Velocity still in the Great White bracket. Like now there's a match point for both of these teams going to this third set. It's like, man, they really brought it back in that last one. Like the double wipeout just once again gave them that opportunity that they needed to turn it completely around.
Yeah, I'm very impressed by that game. I like the tower control map. It can get snowbally, but there's good areas to defend for both teams, and it doesn't feel like if you lose checkpoints that you're fully completely out of it. It will be a lot of a lot of high scoring games where numbers get into the single digits. So I'm excited to see Cargo Company come into the map pool.
Absolutely. And like it is one of the newer maps, so like just figuring out what works and what doesn't is going to take a little bit of time. But going into this next one is still a newcomer to Splatoon 3, but been around a little bit longer than most. Rainmaker on Undertow Spillway.
Yep. This map, I definitely gonna have to favor it in Velocity's favor. I'm gonna have to put it that way. That's more or less anytime you can get Toba off of their tried and true tested E-Leader, the better. And Rainmaker Undertow, Rainmaker is not E-Leader's favorite mode. It literally likes Turf War more.
That's a fair point, and honestly, like if Velocity is able to do what they did at the end of that last push, like just controlling the momentum that they had, like that can definitely lead in their favor.
Yeah, I'm just reading the chat why everyone's going on, and we're having a latency battle right now, baby. Woo, latency, yeah. The moment you get off land and you realize, dang, we're actually pretty far apart.
Instantaneous.
There's so many times where I thought I was dead on land. I was like, oh snap, I live. Or oh, I can dodge that now? Crazy. Or all my shots registered, kind of, mostly. Still, the occasional, I love the game. It's a different experience, bro. I tell you that. I'm missing it because this upcoming weekend will be the first weekend in like 3 weeks of me not being at a LAN. Kind of crazy.
Wow, that is crazy.
Back-to-back LANs goes hard, bro. Like, it's like an addictive drug called LAN. Coming to Texas near you.
I feel it. I feel it. Oh yeah, but Toba is gonna be swapping to the vanilla charger there, getting that ink back in.
I think that's a really strong pick. They're definitely needed to not be on either. They need that extra speed. Plus, bomb helps on Rainmaker, and I don't need to tell you how back works. it goes whole Luigi Mansion. Hopefully, we get new Luigi's Mansion for the direct.
That would be fantastic. I have almost finished with the third one. Ooh, but 2 down off of velocity. Like, they have enough up to play the defense, but you know, Tamako is going to be picking, or sorry, Toto is going to be picking up the Rainmaker here and going dangerously close to a Rainmaker free zone, just trying to dodge that inkjet.
He's just going to opt to drop it down in the middle of velocity and kind of hand it back over. But it was a kind of smart play, and that was a really good Zuka shot.
Just did not want them to pick that up. They did. That was their Rainmaker. They weren't going to touch it.
No. And it's just going to be Toba and Wug, the dynamic duo, holding it out together, just trying to protect mid. Wug goes down, not able to have that extra range on the junior. Toba backing off. Velocity, the door's starting to open, and that right side looking mighty fine.
I hope that the Rainmaker gets shut down before it could really move past mid there. They did take down the shot with them, but that vac is online, so even if they try to make a grab for it, they gotta shut down that. Oh, but they do take the charges. That's gonna be the vac out of commission for the defense.
Big 60 hitbox buff that the Zuga had, which is exactly what took Toba out. Now that kid just spamming this way to get their team to try and help them pop this Rainmaker shield. It's just going to be 2 shooters on the low ground. This is dangerous to zap. Tato's got to be the last one alive. They got to find a way to stall this out, and Bronze is going to at least able to grab this with the help of Umbre. Pushing forward. Going to be able to really march this Rainmaker down to this right side. Especially if we can get this pop. Umbre, can they get up there? No. Toba shuts them down.
I was just going to say, like, if Velocity is able to stay alive, they could stall out this corner just a little bit, but yeah, with Umbre going down, they are forced to back up here and see control to Tamako. Ooh, but a nice trade with the Rainmaker carrier. That's going to give him a bit of a time here.
Yeah, a little bit of time, a little bit of space. No Zuka being close at all inside of Tamako and Birthday Bash. This is an opportunity if they can get a little bit more and survive. They have been able to survive the Zuka and gotten 2 picks, so this left side should be good, but the Jet is here. Jet is ready to go. And oh my goodness, the shot just ran in there. Got the kills.
This firefight is going to end with, I was going to say end with a 2v2, but now it's just a 1v1, and Sam is going to come out on top against Wug here, but they're going to camp the jump as well, just completely taking control of the situation. As long as they don't go down to the charger, Velocity has another chance with this Rainmaker here. The juice is going to be popped, and they're going to be just pushing up to take that ledge back.
Yeah, Sam trying to stay alive through all this spam which is coming out at them. Velocity trying to find another way to really extend their lead, because 60, I'm going to tell you this right now, actually, I don't think I have 2. Not the best lead in the world, but it is a lead.
It is a lead, and Tamako and Wug going to pick that up rather early, I'd say. Like, there's still several members of Velocity in that corner, but they opt to pick it up, and they are going to lose it with the last 2 members just kind of in that corner here. But there is no specials online except for that vac. Velocity opting to take it to the left once again, but they're going to be shut down almost immediately.
Yeah, this is going to be dangerous, because it's just going to be Toba who's left alive, and that vac is, when you're in a 1v, when you're in a final scenario, it's not going to help you at all. They are going to get taken out. They did pop that thing. The Rainmaker, Sam, is going to be grabbing this. There is a big bubbler popped down by Umbre, which is allowing this Rainmaker to drop down into the single digits. It's going to be going to the Rainmaker checkpoint, and that's going to be it. That's going to be the game. Velocity, they look down and out with 20 seconds left in game 2. Find a way and bring this thing back. My goodness, what a game. What a set.
The bubbler used with, like, just made such a clean run up that slicks to the pedestal. Like, it was so unfortunate that the charger missed their shot at the end there, but what can you do? What can you do?
Yeah, that was a phenomenal set from Velocity in the end. Honestly, they kind of stole it. They stole that birthday cake. They stepped on it. They blew out the candles. No wishes. That was kind of rude, but Velocity, they had some force.
They took away their wish to continue on in the Great White. Tamako and Wug's birthday bash is out of this tournament for the night. But we'll see who Velocity is going to be matched up against next. We love Bingot? Bingot?
Yep.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yep. That's about it. But all we know, and we've got 2 other games there that are sitting at 1-1. The 4th seed in the 13th and the 5th and the 12th. Subject to change in 7th Haven. And FreeFlow versus Cyndaquil Fanclub. Shout out to Cyndaquil.
Yes, indeed. We still have 3 rounds left to go. The Great White. Some good matchups coming up. But we are going to be ending our set. So before we hop off for the next set of commentators, let's answer this last question. What do you want to see in the Nintendo Direct tomorrow?
I like more Splatoon stuff. I'd like to be shocked and have like I don't know. I saw somebody say Kid Icarus, and Kid Icarus was literally my favorite game on the 3DS. It was a hidden gem. Kid Icarus Uprising was great. I don't know. A cool send off from Mario Kart. That's what I want to see.
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm definitely here for the Splatoon content. Like, that's the only thing I've really been looking forward to. Unless we get, like, some more Metroid stuff, you know, either...
Oh, please get, like,
remakes.
The Metroid fans are needing something, bro. Literally give them... They were told Metroid 4 before the pandemic started. Before the pandemic started, bro!
I would say, like, I still wait on Metroid 4, yes, but then, like, I was disappointed to find out that the Metroid Prime remake was only Metroid Prime and did not include 2 and 3. I would love to see some, at least if we're not going to get 4, let's up on the ports for the other 2 at least.
Anyway, we got to throw it over so then we can get K-Bot and Nox in here for their match, Secret Elixir match slot. So with that, I'm where can the lovely people find you?
Well, you can find me here on SOS, on the IPL, typically on Twitch, but, you know, that's been a pain. So find us here on the YouTube. Hit that subscribe and like button. But you can also find me on all the other usual places of Twitch, Twitter, and my own YouTube. I'm EdGamerII. I did do a recent edit video, a Splatling edit, so check that out. Genie, where can the good people find you?
They can find me having fun with Splatoon and stuff, and playing in a lot more tournaments. I'm going to be playing in a lot more tournaments. So if you want to watch my POV, it will be Genie7, GEENIE7 _ on Twitter X, no underscore on all other socials, and yeah, having a lot more fun getting back into the playing days. But I will still be here commentating as much as I can. Yeah. Enjoy Nox and K-Bot, everybody.
That's right. Stay tuned. Stay hydrated.
Hello there, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of Swim or Sink. It is the number 120. We've done 122 of these bloody tournaments. Dear goodness. Anyways, my name's K-Bot. I'm joined by Nox. Nox, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. Everything's been going pretty well. Excited to see these games tonight.
Yeah, and thanks for everyone that was able to actually locate where the YouTube live stream link was. Shout outs to all of you for being able to find us here. And hope you're going to be in for a treat today, and I'm hoping to see some exciting games. We've got Secret Elixer versus Mimikyu Fanclub coming up first. Secret Elixer was a team that knocked off last week's runners-up, I believe, of Black Excellence. So, Secret Elixir, we're going to make a run here. And as I recall, I feel like I recall hearing them in a low-ink context, and I
Secret Elixir has been growing ridiculously fast. Yeah, they've been rocketing through the ranks. You got to wonder what's in the Secret Elixir.
You do. Sometimes you do have to wonder what's in the Secret Elixir. But unfortunately for them, it is going to be a best of 3 here today. In this matchup for quarterfinals, starting off here on Clam BlitZ, Scorch Gorge, and then you see the rest of them on your screens: Splat Zones, Barnacle and Dime, and Tower Control, Inkblot, everybody's favorite. Nox, what do you expect to see here for Scorch Gorge?
I mean, Scorch Gorge, pretty standard. I do expect to probably see a decent number of Trizukas coming out. They've been very popular lately. It's actually, knowing some of the members of Mimikyu Fanclub, I would expect to see a Tetra or Wiper coming out of them. And yeah, it's Scorch Gorge. Toxic Mist is always going to do great for you here. Vacuum's been on the rise here some, but that's more of a Rainmaker pick. Definitely a lot of interesting things that can come out here, but I'm expecting to see pretty standard comps out of both of these teams. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get to see the new Heavy Remix show its face, though.
Yes, the Heavy Edit has been a weapon I have been incredibly interested in seeing more of. Its ability to have a decent amount of range, in addition to just being this
tactical weapon. Why can it move like a mini Splatling?
Because it's supposed to be a support weapon. That's my hill I'm going to die on, by the way.
Okay, I don't disagree with it being a support. I just don't think it needs to be able to do that.
Maybe you're right, but I do believe that it plays more like a support than an anchor. I think
I've heard it compared to a support Nautilus. That's kind of what I've been hearing.
Yeah. I like that analogy a lot more, but we'll be getting into it here. We'll see if it comes out. Nothing from the first side, and it's just the ball points on the other side.
Yeah, nothing too shocking coming out here.
Tried and true, of course, and we see the rest of things happening here. I'm curious to see what Junkie's going to be able to do on this Octobrush right off the rip. That newly buffed Zipcaster as well is likely going to play a decent role here for Mimikyu.
Yeah, Junkie's definitely been playing this Octobrush for a long time now, really consistent with it. But it does seem like both teams are just kind of going at it in mid right now. Just a lot of trades. Junkie choosing to cross over here, probably a little bit early, but maybe they'll be able to make something work. Sharking there for just a second.
See an engagement here taken by Mimikyu Fanclub on the right side. Going to end in largely trades because they don't have anything to actually clear around this angle, because we're continuing to see those trades, but actually they're just going to continue storming right through and plow through the trades, finding the wipeout against Secret Elixir, and now finding the first power clam in the basket with plenty of map control to boot, and Junkie is still here on this left side. The double down with the strikes come in as well, and they're going to continue racking up these points on the board. Second set of strikes rotates through the rest of the team. Look at how much space they're controlling so far without an answer coming in from Secret Elixir.
Yeah, just a really great job on their part, making sure that they were clearing the space they needed to and maintaining the space with that consistent use of specials, still maintaining it to some degree, finally having to back up into mid and give up the other team's basket. But after a push to 26, you're usually pretty okay with that.
I would imagine you have to be pretty okay with that if you get pushed down to 26 in just about any mode in the game right off of your opening. But now we're starting to see the game come from Secret Elixir, but it gets cut off early as we see that Zuka get taken down, and the rest of Mimikyu Fanclub is just going to sweep through their mid. It's 3 down on the enemy team, which means another push is going to go in. They find the football in, and now the follow-up comes through from Junkie, who's probably about ready to drop on back as the engagement has come through. You'll notice less stability in this push overall, and of course Mimikyu Fanclub playing with the lead, not afraid to give it away.
Yes, absolutely. They can take those kinds of risks and not have to face too much damage from it. We're seeing Secret Elixir trying to find specials to break back into mid here. They do manage to take out the dualies. Getting rid of the crab tank is always still very helpful, and they have a lot of specials online, so they're going to want to use them to at least push into mid here. Obviously, ideally, you don't need to use your specials to push into mid, but that's how it goes sometimes, and they have managed to create a 2-down situation.
2 down here. Junkie trying to just get away and actually successful in doing so. Looking to try to pincer the enemy team from the backside, and now Hermit's going to be looking for the jump here as well. Actually able to find that power clam in the basket, preventing any kind of push that Secret Elixir had going for them. It's 3 down in that fight all the same. And so now Mimikyu Fanclub just needs 2 more clams to find their way into the basket, and they'll be victorious. Hermit's coming up with them, passing plays coming through, but not is able to get there in time. Just as the whistle blows, able to find it there. Well done by Mimikyu Fanclub, completely controlling the pace of that game.
Yeah, absolutely. It was very interesting to see them actually choose to go for that flank and manage to get that jump in. I think a part of it was that Secret Elixir's Inkjet was the one holding the power clam there, which made it so that they couldn't just rush the basket when they noticed that super jump starting to happen.
Yeah, hats off to them to make the heads-up play, going for that offensive push to secure the game. And even still, I mean, it looked like Mimikyu Fanclub was still able to clean up the, 2v3 or something of the sort. So maybe it felt like the Secret Elixir push was a little bit rushed. They didn't fully have everything online that they wanted to. And a lot of things, Nox, and one of the things that I'm currently working through, one of my teams with, is to develop more plans around how we're actually making those engagements. Because I find it critical for everyone to understand what their role is in a certain engagement while they're trying to make that push in order to be the most effective possible. And it felt like in some cases we were able to get some of the way there for Secret Elixir, but there wasn't everybody online all the time, or there weren't all the specials that they really were looking for to make some of those engagements really happen.
Yeah, I can see what you mean there. I think another part of it was the way Mimikyu Fanclub was playing was so scattered and all over the place. It was kind of just hoping for those one-off picks and kind of doing it that way, which makes a lot of sense with their comp. That's what you're going to need to do with just a comp full of aggro weapons and essentially a machine playing cleanup. But it does mean if you're Secret Elixir and used to playing against comps, especially right now, that have had an anchor and a support with the zap and then maybe a skirmish and just a generic shooter that, they just do a little of everything. So I think that's going to be it's just such a different pace to play against.
And finding ways to play against your opponents is also critical. After you lock in your own weapons, you have to find some different adaptations in your playstyle depending on the kinds of weapons that they decide to pull out. So that'll be critical, and adaptations have to be made incredibly quickly in the best of 3. As now we're heading over to Splat Zones on Barnacle and Dime, which, based on the way things looked in the last one, might not be great if Mimikyu Fanclub can get a hold of this zone and try to lock these members of Secret Elixir away.
It definitely is a really good lockout map. It is a map that Octobrush has some good spots on, But it's not to the degree with Scorch Gorge where they can just run behind you the way they were on... They can't just run behind you the way they were before, which is probably great here. We're also seeing a switch up in the comp here a little bit from Secret Elixir. We're seeing a Wiper coming out, allowing them to have a little bit more of that skirmishy type of presence.
A little more of that skirmishy presence, a little bit more of a range as well, especially when we're looking at things in terms of trying to shut down this Octobrush, trying to prevent these dualies from actually getting in. But you see the strikes immediately thrown towards that top left side here from Mimikyu Fanclub. They're looking to just keep the storm rolling and indeed able to cap the zone. And now the second set of strikes to continue expanding their effective range.
Yeah, and we are seeing that Trizuka coming out. They've managed to find two. They're going to start moving in towards the zone. They have an Inkjet ready coming out. We're looking to try and find this Brush. Not going to be able to. They do manage to neutral the zone. There's the flip. And we see that Tactical Lure coming out, allowing this zap to extend more than they usually would. Able to pick off the dualies. Absolutely huge play there from Typhlo.
Well done. Now looking for another one here down to this bottom side, but overall you saw the engagement come online. All the specials were used all at once, and now they're continuing to run at their opponents. They find the trades where they need them here in order to continue holding on to the zone, and it'll likely net them the lead. And even still, so much purple ink on this map, but now they're starting to give some space away because they realize that Mimikyu Fanclub is about to have another engagement coming up.
Yes, and they did a great job there of noticing that Octobrush going for the flank. They've now learned to very much expect them to just continue doing that. Soda popping this hammer, looking to find some with it. The zone has been neutralized. It is a 3v3 situation, though. Typhlo looking to find a pick on this crab. Gonna be able to shred it. That is another two down. It is just the Slaughter up, and there they go. That is a delayed wipe onto Mimikyu Fanclub, as Secret Elixir is really just in control on this map.
Able to take it here, able to deny any kind of engagement that Mimikyu Fanclub had, and now they are actually going to tie up the set here in a quick one. Decisive games both directions, but I think the critical part here in terms of this composition coming out of Mimikyu Fanclub is the strikes are all well and good, and they're going to be able to neutralize the zone, but are they going to be able to actually get your teammates in? And the answer in that case was not really, and even the crab tanks were really struggling to find a hard, definitive engagement like perhaps a Zuka can or like an Inkjet can that we saw come out of Secret Elixir earlier on to take hold of the zone in the first place. So seeing that, play out, once Mimikyu Fanclub lost control of the zone, they didn't have a hard engagement, and they didn't quite have the strikes come in right when they wanted them to. Because the thing about the strikes is that it is a very small margin for error, right? You only have 3 or 4 seconds to actually get in there and actually play off of those strikes. So while they can be a great engagement tool, sometimes they're difficult to play with, weren't able to execute there, and ultimately costed them the game off of perhaps one fatal mistake.
Yeah, and it's always so important to make sure that you capitalize on the other team's mistakes, and Secret Elixir there did a great job of knowing when they didn't need to respect those strikes. Strikes, once again, like you were saying, really good special in the exact right circumstances. There are times when you don't have to overly respect them. You know that their teammates aren't going to be following up through them. It's just kind of some extra paint, and you get your special a little faster.
So, hats off to finding the victory there for Secret Elixir, and now we head over to Tower Control Inkblot Art Academy, where if we had to pick one, Nox, who does this actually favor here? Because it feels like it could be maybe more neutral with the fact that the crab tanks can be incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
You can see more things like the strikes probably bit placed in places where it's a little bit easier for someone else to play off of them and things of that sort.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with that. I just also think Inkjet's really great here, and Secret Elixir has a ballpoint.
Yeah. You think
Not
the
that
Inkjet's going to be good?
Yeah.
The
Trizuka.
The Zipcaster can find angles if it actually is used right. All of these other sorts of things can come out here, and we haven't seen major adjustments in the composition from either side. Indeed, doesn't look like we will here. We're going to see the V-Shot come back out instead of having that wiper for this Zuka, and maybe a little bit more range here again for Secret Elixir, a little bit more engaging power as well. We'll see if they can actually find the engagements to cancel out the specials from Mimikyu.
Yeah, and we do already see that machine going down. Definitely a weapon they rely a lot on to play that cleanup roll off of that splatter shot. This is going to force the splatter shot to have to play a little more slowly, or you would think. Instead, the splatter shot just finds a pick from behind, does get picked off in the process, but at least slowed down that checkpoint. And they're really doing a great job here of just having to keep Mimikyu Fanclub's attention really split, but they're not able to capitalize off of it too much.
That's the power of the ballpoint right there. Sits up there in that bat's position and just fires right down to the tower at an incredibly long range, something that is near impossible to displace unless you're committing resources up to that position. Completely shuts that push down, and now Secret Elixir might have a go on it here in a moment. But again, they need to find an engagement of their own. Perhaps they'll be using this Booyah Bomb in a moment, but already 2 down as they were trying to rush over to Plat. We'll see what We Like Rise can actually pull off here in mid to try to maintain some level of presence here for Secret Elixir, but he's actually Mimikyu Fanclub isn't pushing him at all.
Be Like Rice was doing a great job of holding angles there that Machine can take, but all of the shooters on the other team and the dualies on the other team really can't. Being able to play around those corners, taking advantage of that AoE hitbox that not many weapons get to play with.
So now very neutral here as we've seen a couple of trades come out. Now maybe Mimikyu Fanclub starting to play their hand as we see the strikes come out. But even still, trades on the left side of the map mean that they're not going to have the full resource to actually get in here. And here comes Kurto right from the bat's position again, pops that inkjet, shoves it towards this tower, and is forcing the members of Mimikyu Fanclub back. It's a 2-down situation now, and perhaps the tides have turned once again for Secret Elixir to try to come on back in, as now you see Tacticooler is out. But can they actually breach Plat? Can they actually clear past this elbow? Not if these strikes have anything to say about it.
The strikes are going to slow them down for a second, and players in that Octobrush did a great job of moving up with them, able to play that cleanup roll off of the strikes, forcing Kurta to have to go back and keeping Secret Elixir from clearing that checkpoint. Once again, not often we get this far into an Inkplot tower control game and only see one checkpoint broken.
We are nearly halfway home in this game, and barely anything has been made in terms of scores, thanks to the defensive presence we've seen from some of these teams. But as well, we haven't really been seeing the same level of offensive pressure either, right? A lot of these engagement specials from Secret Elixir are getting popped on the defensive side, trying to clear out mid, trying to get themselves some kind of advantage. And now you're seeing some trades go back and forth, but Rose, slight overextension coming over the box there is going to be the easy cleanup, and now Secret Elixir is looking to try to capitalize it, but here comes the flying eagle. Junkie comes in for the top ropes, and now Soda's going to get caught off guard here as well. Secret Elixir slowly trading out, and they're not going to get a push going here either.
Yeah, it's these teams are just so close in skill, and they are just going back and forth right now. Crab Tank getting popped. This should allow Mimikyu Fanclub to really set up a solid hold here. That is a good spot for a Crab Tank to be. Booyah Bomb doesn't manage to get fully shredded there, managing to slow down that tower a little bit. It is a 2v2 situation. Ballpoint and Zap looking at this tower, able to take out one, but not the other. Ballpoint's probably going to use Inkjet here just to try and keep themselves from losing this checkpoint, but it's not going to be enough. And this is a huge push here on Mimikyu Fanclub in a game where not too much had happened so far.
Still not able to clear out that member on bats. There it is. Finally, the dualies will go down, and Secret Elixir will finally maintain some presence here. But that push down to 35 is going to be exactly what Mimikyu Fanclub wants. They now have 2 checkpoints to work with to hold the line here, and they haven't even cracked this first checkpoint, really. So we'll see what happens now as we start to see things thrown, but this Booyah Bomb comes in towards Plat just to try to disrupt something from what Mimikyu Fanclub's going on. They have to find a way to coordinate themselves and get in. Otherwise, Mimikyu Fanclub is going to continue being aggressive and continue being in their faces, forcing these trades and not letting them get a push off at all.
Yeah, Mimikyu Fanclub does have a really aggressive comp that allows them to get away with a lot of things. And it just seems like they're kind of able to, and right now they know they don't need to necessarily try and push, but they can keep taking these skirmishy trades, knowing that that splash is probably going to be able to save them in the end with those trip strikes if it comes down to it.
30 seconds left to play here. We're trying to see Mimikyu Fanclub just hold on to mid, but now Secret Elixir starting to come in. We'll see what kinds of things they can do as now they've got a cooler out of their own. What kind of space will they start to take up? Looks like still more skirmishes coming in. We see Candy go down on that top side of the map, and now slowly perhaps they'll start pushing this advantage, but Curtis still doesn't feel comfortable moving off Plat with Rose here. Finally, that member is going to get taken down to the slosher, and we're finally getting on this tower in overtime, but the tower is just going to get blown over. Yeah. Someone's going to step on it as the strikes come out, and that is going to be the win for Mimikyu Fanclub. Secret Elixir just couldn't get everything rolling and couldn't actually get the snowball momentum going here on Inkling.
They really couldn't, and trip strikes are such a good GG special. We have a couple less of them in Splatoon 3, but if there's one that's going to do it, the trip strikes will pretty consistently.
Certainly the case there, especially when you've got someone around that can capitalize on having that brief instant in time where there's nobody on the tower for the enemy team. So hats off, of course, for that hold from Mimikyu Fanclub. But again, didn't see a lot of the same engagements that I wanted to see out of Secret Elixir. They were so coordinated coming into that zones game on Barnacle and Dime to take back control of the zone, popping the Inkjet, popping the Zuka, finding these things, and all rushing in together. They couldn't quite find that same momentum, couldn't turn around the corner. And I think a large part of it, too, was because of the defense that was set up in that upper left bats area, right? It was impossible to clear that out altogether. And oftentimes, that started to crumble things down. So Mimikyu Fanclub will advance here onward to semifinals.
Yeah, and looking forward to semifinals, we are going to be seeing Mimikyu Fanclub versus We Love Bingo. And we don't quite know who's going to be against Red Sun yet, whether it's going to be FreeFlow or 7. What is a bingo? I'm assuming they mean a goat at bingo. I have no other guesses.
All right, so bingo is a player on the team. Peachyism, Stan, and Scary Terry make up the rest of the team. So they're either their avatar or their profile picture on Battlefy is like some dog that looks like it's in a barber shop with like the cape on, or the cape. What is it called?
No, you got it right. It is called the cape.
It's a cape.
Yeah, it's called a cape. You got it. You did it.
It's not. What is it? Please tell me what it is.
No, it's genuinely called a cape.
Is it actually a cape?
Yes.
There's no way that's actually called a cape. I'm Googling this right now. What is the thing you put on in
you know how much time I spend in hair salons? Why would you think I don't know the answer to this?
They are barber capes.
Why would I be wrong?
Why is this? I'm not. Okay, look, trust but confirm. Why is the first website that comes up from King Midas Empire?
I don't know. What? I don't know what that is, but good for them. They know about barber capes.
Apparently they do. Well, chat, you learn something new every day, and you can only learn something new today by tuning into the YouTube live stream.
Exactly.
Because we are not on Twitch today. Thank you, Twitch, very much.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
How good is that?
I saw a tweet from Popgun saying Twitch is now low ink banned, and they never even got to play, so that's just rough for them. They're just going to have to jump straight into things like SOS.
So, good news for us is that I don't think Twitch was ever going to play.
No, I think they could have played.
I mean, that's like saying that I could have played. Actually, I can go back to playing now because I'm out of the Plus server. I could play.
So true.
And they don't have a dilemma now.
Look, I see no reason why you should be low ink banned anymore.
Yeah. I can't even use the joke of being Schrodinger's low ink ban.
No, I know. It's kind of devastating.
It is. It is. I think that was the best thing to come out of that Plus server, was me getting on an IPL stream and talking about how I'm Schrodinger's low ink ban.
You should try and find a low ink pickup. It would be fun.
I don't think I will.
Oh, I can't believe this.
Look, who am I going to play with? I'd want to play with people I know.
You could do it with one of your university teams.
We could do that, yes.
You could.
We could.
Only an option.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, my university club has 3 teams now. They had 1 team last semester. They have 3 teams this semester.
So my alma mater university has 3 teams now.
Yeah.
Lots of teams. Collegiate Splatoon's growing
clubs,
so incredibly fast.
Collegiate Splatoon clubs are growing really fast, and it's fun to see.
It's awesome to see.
All right, next up, we've got semifinals here. InControl Red Sun versus FreeFlow will be the match that we'll be watching. And Nox, do we share the bit of information that we have about Red Sun?
Up to you.
Today?
I believe we definitely can.
Well, it's actually up to you, because it's not actually like my thing to say. It's your thing to say.
Yeah, there is a Red Sun member currently in my living room. Krim is just in my living room. That is a thing that is happening.
Yep.
So obviously I have a slight bias here.
No.
Just a little bit.
No. You think?
You know.
You really think?
Yeah, I do. I do think I might have a slight bias here, whether I intend to or not.
Anyways, so there's that. I will try to counterbalance that because by the sounds of it, we've got some FreeFlow fans in the chat. I'll be honest, I don't know a single thing about FreeFlow, but I'm about to find out. Gosh darn it! And I'm also, Nox, about to find out what the heck everyone is talking about with this whole crab leg capital map, because people are telling me that it is an incredibly good one, and it's fun, and it is sunshine and rainbows and the whole 9 yards.
People
and I
do
just
really like the 2 new maps. I
have
agree
seen
with one
about
of them.
2 games on this.
If Crab Leg Capital is the one I'm fairly sure I'm right in thinking about, it's not necessarily
It's
one of
one
my
of the greats.
favorites, but yeah, that's the one I thought it was. It's not my favorite. It's a lot of people's favorite. I'm also not known for having good map takes. Map takes. I like Humpback. I have
You're
Cringe
also known
opinion.
for being able to speak.
That one's in theory. I don't know how this happened.
Yeah. Shout outs to the mystery map, by the way, because we haven't gotten our overlays updated.
It just came out.
Patch.
Riptide
it
was
did.
happening. Life's been crazy.
Yeah, that's actually the real excuse, is that Riptide was happening. If there is anything from IPL that hasn't happened, blame it on
It's
the fact
because
that
of
Riptide
Riptide.
is happening, because all of the same people that were working on IPL stuff were also working on Riptide stuff. Actually,
And the
not even
Riptide
under a different
production?
coat of paint, because it was just an IPL production anyway.
Exactly. And also, the Riptide production looked incredible. It was so cool. They had POV streams for all the players. That was so sick.
Yeah. It's cool to see.
It is.
The development. I don't know. Look. It's late.
It is pretty late.
It's late. I've been up since, 7 this morning?
That sounds right for you.
Yeah. It is now
We're-
almost 10. All right.
It is. And we are now
Enough
getting...
stalling! Gameplay time. Crab Leg Capital. I have to find some, good punchline for this
There's
map or
definitely
something of
some
the
good
sort.
ones here.
There's got to be something, but we're seeing incredibly short-range compositions out of FreeFlow. I expect to see all aggression all the time.
Yeah, that is what they'll need to do to really make this work. They're going to have to find a way to break in through that really pretty impressive range out of Red Sun, and those 2 Trizukas already putting in the work. Niso finding 2 picks there, looking to find the last, going to force them to jump out. Beam managing to take the Rainmaker to the podium, and we're going to be seeing another quick pop as Crim just moves forward and pops that Inkjet.
Very aggressive Inkjet here, immediately gets challenged, but now will get cleaned up. We see the Rainmaker just blitzed forward, gonna get all the way down to this 13-point mark, and FreeFlow is scrambling in their own spawn, but is now able to find some of these, but we see Beeb jump right out here, finds 2, is gonna find 3 in the wipeout as well, gets taken out by a suction bomb at the very end, but the Rainmaker stalls out here. Red Sun looking to keep the pressure online, but here comes that Zuka, saved by the Tacticooler, and saved by the Bell here, perhaps.
Oh,
is
not
FreeFlow.
quite.
But again, one member goes down. We see Beeb go for the Rainmaker again. Tries to find the Duncan. Does. Red Sun. 100-0. Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, 100-0 and some wild noises from the living room.
Would you like to recreate the noises that you heard?
I would prefer not to. I don't think I can.
Okay.
But incredible gameplay there out of Red Sun. Just great coordination, and they took excellent advantage of all of the picks they got, which was quite a few, but also there was just that rapid reaction time, that quick moving up, that really sets apart higher level teams from other teams, is that they react to the changes they make in the state of the game so much faster.
Not only are they reacting to changes, but they're always making sure that there is someone around that can fight with them, right? Sure, there was some last
time.
There was
Beam-
some, shenanigans, especially from Beam. But for the most part, there was still somebody around to help out. There was somebody, a lot of the time, there was one time when Beam got that triple, okay, whatever. But out after that, the second time Beam went for it, there was someone else supporting, right? Crim popped that Inkjet very aggressively, then realized that he was getting challenged, and then started to back away to enable someone else to start fighting and shooting at the person that was shooting at him, so that someone else could clean that thing up. So good play all around, good synergy and coordination there, in addition to that faster playstyle, because not only is it about playing faster, it's also about making sure everybody's on the same page while you are playing faster. And that's exactly what Red Sun was able to do there. But now we head on to our second map in the best of 3. FreeFlow has got to make some changes, and they do here with a 52 gal coming out on Clam's Museum.
Yeah, we're also seeing the Neo Machine coming out, not a weapon that I mean, obviously we don't see Machine nearly as much as we used to begin with, but I don't think I've seen a Neo Machine come out in comp really at all yet, so it's nice to see. We see that Trizuka already online for Red Sun, really opened up the game for them last time, but it looks, I lied, they got a pick with it already. I was going to say it looks like the gamble didn't quite pay off this time, but it did. Nice, moving up really well there with those picks it got, and their tactical lead, so they're just going to try and brute force in a little bit.
Yeah, but don't get too overly fancy with it there. Crim pops the inkjet, gets punished for it. But now we're seeing the members of Red Sun continue to stick around. And now Nilla here looking to come on up. No, is going to get dove on. And now looks like Plat has been cleared out by FreeFlow. But we really need to start laying the aggression on, as now they're starting to collapse in some of these members in mid. Niso is the next one to get taken out. And we'll see what else comes through here as we're starting to see them push up to Plat. Shins is going to lead the way here on the dualies. And indeed, we're seeing the rest of FreeFlow come online. But what other specials they have to start maintaining this? Finally, the Crab Tank goes out on top of the spinner. And that allows this football to start getting thrown in, but they've got no map coverage on their feet, and now Beam is going to sneak up behind them once again. Well, I think Beam was able to find that double there, and now the push is completely shut down.
Not quite. There we go. Now it is. They had to wait to clean up that dually a little bit. A couple more points on the board, but a push to 68 is nothing you're really going to worry about too much, especially if you're Red Sun. You're used to these situations. It's pretty comfortable for you. We are going to see that power clam get made. Not going to be able to be done with though. But they are cooler. They'll be back pretty quickly. Probably going to try and jump into that inkjet landing. Nilla grabbing this power clam, taking advantage of this splash wall to really just set up and get this push held.
Going to be looking for the engagement here as Red Sun waiting for one of their Zukas to come online, and there it is. It finds one that's going to start opening up some of Plat for them, but they've really got to keep rolling here. Now the tactic cooler comes out as well from FreeFlow, enabling a little bit more stalling presence here, perhaps, and being a little bit more pesky to shut down. Slowly but surely, Red Sun's trying to come in. Here comes the drop from the side from Neocakes, but now the Kraken is popped. Multiple members are getting taken out here from FreeFlow, and now it's opening the window of opportunity for Red Sun to come forward, but there's 2 down from them as they were trying to approach from a top side, and they weren't able to get there in time. So it looks like things are going to get held for now. Here comes Nico, though, comes in, able to find the toss of the football, and now is going to start running away to relative safety. Looks like one jump is going to get committed from Red Sun. It'll find the trade, but no additional clams finding their way to the basket here for Red Sun. Great hold out of FreeFlow there.
Yeah, they did a great job staggering their specials, managing to keep that pressure up, and now forcing Red Sun to have to use some specials in mid, not really where you want to have to use them, to really start looking to move in through this right side. There's a flank coming out. Prim managing to call that out, looking to try and find the pick. Not over-committing to it, though, knowing that there's a decent chance they jump out.
Here comes the second push coming in from Red Sun almost instantly. Now Beam has a football. Here comes Nico as well. Finds that. They get punished for it, but even still, it's down to 30 here for Red Sun as they find the re-engagement. They find the push without letting FreeFlow start to collect themselves, and now they're jumping away. Having the defensive resources here for Red Sun is going to be very important, again, in terms of forcing FreeFlow to try to use their specials earlier than they'd like to, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah, special management is something that makes such a difference in Splatoon, and you never want to have to use your specials on mid, especially when there's a crab tank and there's an inkjet ready, and the inkjet team has the lead. It's just, you want to get value out of your crab tank, and you're just not going to in that situation.
3 down here, though, from Red Sun, as now FreeFlow is going to take control of mid. Neocake starting to move up here, as well as Shins, but they are just blitzing for the basket here without establishing any presence. Grim's going to cut multiple members off from that top side, and now all of a sudden, 3 members are going to go down for FreeFlow. They were trying to rush the basket real quickly, but they couldn't establish their presence at all, and now they've got 60 seconds left to go to find another push before Red Sun finds perhaps a knockout blow here.
Yeah, Red Sun kind of having to give up on this knockout blow a little bit as 2 of them go down. They did manage to get Tacticaler out, but it doesn't look like any of them managed to pick it up. So they're not in an ideal situation here. They're definitely not too worried about it. They're pretty comfortable. They're going to be able to get specials online. They're finding picks. They just managed to take out the person holding most of the clams. And there isn't a pity clam online. So FreeFlow does actively need to make a clam to make this happen.
Here comes the Zuka trying to shoot the Inkjet out of the air. All 3 shots have been used and now forces this member into the corner. No one is there to capitalize on it. And now we're just seeing trades happen in mid, still favoring Red Sun. They are now about ready to walk away with the set here, assuming that FreeFlow can't find much of anything. I don't think they actually have a power claim. They need to find one pretty quickly here. Otherwise, we're not going to see overtime. They do find it there, so we will see a couple of extra seconds. Here comes the Crab Tank coming in from Shin. What will they be able to find? As now we see the drop coming in for the flanking side. It gets cut out immediately, and here comes Crib swinging around the corner from this spinner. Interrupts the play altogether from FreeFlow, and they're going to get taken down 1 by 1. Red Sun and punch their ticket to finals.
You know, not usually a move you see out of a ballpoint, but that tracks for Crim. I've seen weirder from Crim. Sure.
You know,
you know, it's not flanking with Stingray. I'll take it.
Well, that's and had cooler, so had the little bit of extra movement.
Yeah, no, I'm not like it worked. It was good. It worked. It was good. They won. I have seen Crim is just known to do some shenanigans at times, and it's always fun to see when they'll happen.
No, Crim shenanigans? You mean the one that carried around the Hershey's bottle at Low Tide City?
Oh, you mean
that
Kurt?
Crim?
You mean Kurt? Yeah. The
Uh,
Hershey's bottle named Kurt. This is just go to Lands. Funny things happen.
So, yeah, biased because friend, right? But to that point, though, there weren't many answers for the ballpoint's range, right?
No.
Take away the player names. In that composition, you're just hoping that FreeFlow can find a Zuka pick or try to cancel out the ballpoint with the Crab Tank, but then the ballpoint maybe has a chance of actually finding the laser kill trade or something.
Exactly.
Or shenanigans can ensue there, right? So, really, you're relying on something like that jet, or the Zuka, to take out that ballpoint. It's late. To take out that ballpoint, there was not really much of an answer, and especially on a map like Museum, where being on your own plant is so critical. You have, decent amounts of advantages. You have hiding corners. You have, 2 locations where you can actually get up. It's very easy to start locking down some of those if you have a little bit of extra range. And again, without any engaging power, started to fall apart there. So we'll see if Red Sun's opponent has any answers for what this ballpoint will be. And their opponent is to be determined, as it is We Love Bingo up 1-0 over Mimikyu Fanclub. So we're waiting for the rest of that best of 3 to wrap.
Yeah, and it's always great to see. Mimikyu Fanclub was an interesting show to see put on earlier. And I'm interested in seeing how either one of these teams could do against Red Sun.
All right, I'm going to speed run these. We're going to do lightning round here.
Okay.
K-Ball, so we're getting questions in from chat, and we're going to speed run these, then we're going to go to a break. So if you want to keep sending your questions in, now is the time. And I'm going to try to give 1-word answers to wrap this up as soon as possible. Someone asked, K-Bot, will you run a LAN again? Okay, and never mind. I'm not going to give 1-word answers. Funny story about this. Aaron and I were DMing earlier today, and he said he was going to kidnap me to run another LAN. So,
No!
He and I have joked about this before. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, but certainly not in the next year.
You're retired from running lands.
Yeah. Until I get kidnapped and forced against my will to do it. Omar asked if you ever wanted if you wanted to ever do some more, just try now. Nox, what say you?
If you mean about comp, yeah, get into comp. Fun, 10 out of 10, love it.
Toma asks, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood? And there's a line there that has an answer, like if a woodchuck could chuck wood, then a woodchuck would chuck wood, but a woodchuck can't chuck wood, so a woodchuck won't chuck wood. There you go. Cat MM says, how would you bend and break reality? You would enter a black hole. Grace asks, who is your commentary inspiration? I would say I have been most inspired in the past by League of Legends commentator Captain Flowers. So there's that. Nox, do you have anyone?
No. I got into commentary on a whim, and I've just been running with it ever since. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you just look at LSL and ask, hey, can I commentate? And then this all happens. I enjoy it a lot. I've practiced a lot.
Right.
K-Bot's helped me a lot.
You know what? That's valid. Anti-board gaming asks, what is your favorite word? My favorite word is woodchuck. No, I don't have a favorite word.
I don't think I can say mine on stream.
Oh, interesting. You want to DM it to me or something?
I think you could guess, but yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure you could guess. I say it a lot.
I mean, at this point, I can probably guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
That tracks. And what is your favorite sandwich from someone? I don't know.
How do you not have a favorite sandwich, K-Bot?
A BLT with mayo, I guess.
That's fair.
That's just what I would normally order, probably, in most cases. It's also, so I have 3 sandwiches. I'll have a peanut butter sandwich. Like, there's nothing else. There's just peanut butter.
Right, of course.
Actually, no, there's 4 sandwiches. I'll do peanut butter. I'll do peanut butter and Nutella.
Right.
Okay. Very important. Chocolate peanut butter combo. I'll do BLT if I'm ordering it from somewhere, but I'm too lazy to actually make my own BLT, so I'll just do like a normal ham and coconut or something.
That's fair.
What's your favorite sandwich?
Eggplant parmesan.
Sorry, what?
Eggplant parmesan sandwich.
Eggplant parmesan.
Yeah, it's like fried eggplant, marinara sauce, mozzarella cheese. And then you put it in between bread. It's great.
Okay. Interesting. I've
We have
never
a
heard of
pretty
that before
great-
in my life.
Well, it's a common thing in pizza places.
It's a common thing in pizza places?
Yeah.
In pizza places in the South?
I've seen them in Canada now, so...
Aha.
Okay. But there's actually a pretty fun question that we just got asked. And K-Bot, do you have any tips for new casters?
Listen back to your own commentary. No matter how cringe you think you sound, listen back to your own commentary, because the best way to know what you're doing or what you're not doing is to go back and listen and improve. Same thing applies for playing and doing VOD reviews. Just now you're doing commentary, so you're developing a different set of skills. I think that's my largest one. Everyone's habits are going to be slightly different, so if you just go back and watch your own and try to take apart what your habits are and what you want to change to make the show more dynamic in general and less static, that is good. I think that's my base entry-level commentary.
Also, don't be afraid to make jokes, and also do it more.
Yeah.
The more you do it, the easier it gets. It's awkward at first. It's gonna be awkward.
We haven't been talking about Splatoon for the past 10 minutes, in part because you all have been helping us out with questions. And we're about to hop into finals for the tournament, okay? Like, it's happening soon. They're getting into lobby, and they're starting things out. So they're going to start soon, and we're probably still going to be sidetracked with whatever the heck we're talking about already. And,
yeah, there's actually a message that was sent just in stream coordination that almost has me crying. Thank you, Toma.
Oh.
But yeah, I say if you want to get into commentary or playing comp at all, I mean, obviously with commentary, you have to find the right orgs to reach out to and see if they need commentators. But other than that, I say just go for it. Just do it. You're never going to get better unless you try. And
that is
a big
also true.
chance.
Just do it. Pull out your Shia LaBeouf memes or whatever. Or Nike, I guess.
Exactly. Also, avoid the word absolutely. It's a trap.
There are a lot of trap words. Again, you have to pick out your own trap words because everyone has their own trap words. In fact, if you went back, okay, well now everyone's going to actually pay attention to what the trap words are because we're talking about it. We're getting into grand finals.
Yeah,
Red
exactly.
Sun versus Bingo something or other. We love Bingo. That's right.
Yep, we love Bingo.
Here we go, folks. Let's see what happens here. We're starting Tower Control Inkblot, everybody's favorite map in the universe, including Pop Guns. You should ask him about it.
It's not mine.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad.
And we are getting right into it here. Red Sun running the comp we've been seeing out of them pretty commonly recently. We are seeing 2 Splatlings coming out of We Love Bingo, not something we see all the time. Ball points out of both teams, so we won't be seeing those same range checks that we've been seeing from the other games. Stan managing to find a pick there, Beam getting traded out there. It's a 2v2 situation. Tacticaler's out pretty much all the time from Red Sun, though, so they tend to win out in those trades.
Huge trades coming in from basically everybody there, continuing to just pile one on top of the next onto that fight over there on the side. But now it actually looks like We Love Bingo is going to start walking away with a victory here. But again, Red Sun just dropped back, actually, and now they're going to find the engagement because they've got that Tacticooler coming out so fast with the respawn timers as the Inkjet comes online, and it takes care of defending this first check.
Yeah, and we're just seeing Beam left up here, kind of a Tacticooler that didn't get much use. Beam just trying to survive in this corner, not managing to find the jump out, but able to create situations for their teammates to trade them out. Crim looking to try and move forward, Niso getting picked off immediately by that Nautilus, and Rain coming out. They're really looking to try and start pushing through this upper left area.
See that first checkpoint cleared, but now they got to watch out for bats. Here comes Crim getting set up, and now you see the crab tank committed that direction. Storm has gotten up here, and Crim is finally forced to jump away. That clears the path for this tower to get past the second checkpoint, and now they'll be continuing to storm on forward, but the Zuka has something to say about it. That'll get sent towards the tower, and now the Inkjet's going to come online here from Crim from the top side. So much blue ink right around this tower as the members of We Love Bingo are forced to retreat. They can't play as aggressively without their own cooler here, and now they're going to start dropping back into mid and punishing Red Sun, who's dropping right back as well.
Yeah, it seems like Red Sun just hasn't been able to find their rhythm here. Beam managing to clean up in mid a little bit, but doesn't have any teammates to try and keep this going, but at least they have that blue in mid to start working on moving forward with.
See what else they can come up with here now as you see the Tacticooler come out here of Red Sun. It's going to dissipate before they can get much done with it as they're trying to come in with the respawn and clawing tooth and nail just for a scrap at mid. But now we're seeing the pincer come through and they collapse around the three members that were unsuspectingly swinging around from We Love Bingo. Now it'll be a 3-down situation, but with nobody on the tower, they're probably not going to get as far of a push here as they would have liked, even despite the fact that Nico's trying to fall forward. We don't have a lot of specials online now from Red Sun. The Zuka gets taken out from the side, and so while they might clear past this first checkpoint, and they had such a good play going, one pick on the tower is all they needed to stall out the push.
Yeah, and we're seeing Nilla here playing around this area, trying to find a pick on this Nautilus, something Squeezer has a better shot at than most other weapons with its fast kill time, but still just not going to quite be able to, forced to hang out on the wall, trying to move up with this Inkjet. Inkjet looking to clear out that left area. Somebody's going to need to get on the tower. There they go. And they do have this first checkpoint, which is a big help in really getting this push started, but they just don't have other specials to work with right now, and it seems like there was a flank that came out that managed to take out Crim there.
Bats control is not in their favor at all. They've got to find a way to get a special up, trying to contest that area of the map, and you see them start actually ignoring that altogether. They're going for this box on the right side, but Stan's there to clear it out. Now it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade there. But Scary Terry is dropping here into the 1v2 fight. Now it's going to get cleaned up by Red Sun, and it's 2 down right now for We Love Bingo. Inkjet from the top, trying to clear out this tower, but Crim will respond with his own. Now looking towards this bad area, finds one, might be able to find a second, and indeed does with the explosion of the shot. Nico tries to come in, but is going to get taken down in the process. Tower still contested. 1-for-1 trades continue to come out. Beam will finally go down on top of this tower, and it looks like this tower is going to get stopped here at the second checkpoint. We Love Bingo is still holding on, and now they're in the lead with 50 seconds remaining.
Yeah, if you're We Love Bingo here, you're pretty comfortable. You have specials you need. You have what you need online. You do have to watch out for those Zuka shots. You have to watch out for the Inkjet. But right now, we're not seeing Red Sun having anything to work with. They kind of just tried to go in without anything to work off of, considering how far back We Love Bingo was. Niso trying to find a pick there, able to find a trade. Not going to be quite good enough under these circumstances, though, especially since they weren't tacticoolered. Beam painting up mid here some, looking to find some space for Crim to drop down into. Nilla trying to trade out on left, not going to be able to. And this is just a rough situation to be in for Red Sun.
They really do not have the same level of engaging power that they think they might with 2 Zukas. Everything has been so elusive to them so far in this game. Now Beam on this left side, but someone else is diving in for the fight. Now it's going to get cleaned up here. Nilla was there in order to help it out. And so now we'll see Red Sun have a push in overtime with a Tacticooler out of the tower. Crim already forward in this Inkjet here as well. And the Zuka starts to get sent up towards that position, but the Inkjet comes in for the other team. Stan and the entire team of We Love Bingo is having a bingo party on top of the tower, evidently, to secure that game. And they will go up 1-0 in the set here.
Yeah, they will. Taking that first game is always a nice position to be in. Always makes you feel a little more comfortable. And they really just did a great job of keeping Red Sun from being able to set up the way they wanted.
yeah, well done there in order to take care of that. And look, here's the other thing that I want to comment on too, is when you're playing against compositions that look incredibly even across the board and like on the whole, right? So let's take a step back. Basically, the only difference, right, was that we had a Nautilus on one side and we had a Crab on that same side versus Squeezer and V-Shot, right?
Yes.
Effectively identical compositions, except for those special compositions. What do you have on Red Sun's side? Inkjet and 2 Zukas. I would argue all 3 of those things are trying to do the exact same thing, and they don't necessarily force yourself to get a lot of map presence, right? They kind of look for kills a lot of the time. They're kind of looking to steamroll forward, but they don't actually find enough consistent, concerted pressure. And there were a lot of things where they couldn't dislodge a Nautilus, they couldn't dislodge a ballpoint holding those angles, and all of a sudden they weren't really able to actually make their way in. The trades continued to happen, and the trades always will favor the leading team. So we'll see if Red Sun decides to make any adjustments. I'm kind of hoping they do in some kind, but no, they're sticking with what they know here as we head on to Rainmaker Crableg once more.
Yeah, and we are going to see an Inkzuka coming out here from Scary Terry like we did last time. Opening Gambit, a main ability we've been seeing quite a bit more of. Pop going in the side of Red Sun here, looking to find some space, but immediately able to take out Crim on those Grates. That is a 2-down situation for Red Sun. Looking to find something with that Zuka, not going to be able to, gets picked off, just beam left up yet again. Not going to be able to do much. I lied. They do manage to take out the Nautilus. My bad. You know, sometimes you guess wrong.
You know, sometimes you stand in the face of fear, and that's exactly what Beam's been doing on this in particular map. I don't know why. Must be empowered by the fact that we're on Crab Lake Capital or something. There's a joke somewhere in there. But nonetheless, push doesn't quite come together for We Love Bingoed, and the collapse is able to be made here by Red Sun around this Rainmaker. It looks like Bingo's also trying to get set up in 2 places at once, have their cake and eat it too, back over to this side, but one of those members gets caught off guard. The Crab Tank is going to go down, and Bingo very spread out right now, looking for the collapse again, trying to apply a lot of pressure here onto Red Sun, but is not successful in doing so, pinthering from multiple sides. The Rainmaker will reset back into mid here with control largely to Red Sun, but again, Bingo starting to sweep back in, starting to contest this.
Tactical are coming out here. Red Sun's super bunched up, though, not a position you want to be in. We are seeing the grab coming out. Nobody's watching this left side. This will be the checkpoint going over to We Love Bingo. Red Sun's going to have to rotate over pretty quickly. Going to be able to, thanks to having that Tacticaler up. Looking to find a pick in that area. They don't seem to notice the splatter shots there, though. And they manage to find the pick on one and another. And that is 2 down. But is the splatter shot still sharking there? I don't know. And they were.
Sharking there for a moment. And actually the Rainmaker's able to get picked up as someone slips right through the cracks. Seems as though they get a couple of extra points on the board, which is, in theory, rather useful. Looks to me like on this map, if you can get anywhere past that jump, you're giving yourself a little bit of extra insurance in trying to shut things down. Looks like Red Sun kind of starting to attempt this top right push. You see the Inkjet come out here trying to buy some space for these members, and now they're going to take this walk across the grates. There's nobody online for Bingo. Now 3 down here as well, with only the splash underneath them. Peachyism's going to take 1 for the road, but even still, Red Sun is continuing to keep the pressure. Here comes the Zuka on the straight shot. Second Zuka coming through here as well, but the Rainmaker is going to fall off. It's not going to stay on top of these grates here. It is now going to have to rotate back down to the left side. The push is going to collapse shortly thereafter, but even still, Red Sun was able to take the lead in all of it.
Red Sun managing to get a pretty decisive push in there. They're really going to need to play smart here. Nico looking for the right moment to pop out of that ink. Seems to deem that to be the right one. Scary Terry hanging out here. Niso's still alive there on that left side, finally getting picked off. We don't have any specials online from Red Sun right now, but the Rainmaker's still stuck in that corner, about to reset, and they just want to be able to focus on getting some paint down, getting those specials ready.
You see, they have control of mid. We'll go ahead and pop this Rainmaker, and now Scary Terry in the Zuka looking for something here. All the meanwhile, engagement happening on the left side. One of the members of Red Sun was trying to run in, but now Bingo forced into some of their own specials. Scary Terry drops back, picks the Rainmaker, but nobody was checking the flank angle, and the Squeezer is able to utilize its range to take care of business. Stand for Bingo is still trying to go forward, still trying to get something done, but it's not going to be enough this time around, and we'll see Red Sun take back control of mid, starting to team up and find the 2v1s where they need them here. But all the same, Bingo's still around. They pick up the Rainmaker once more. Such back and forth as the teams continue to find trades against one another. But with no specials online, this push from Bingo is going to have to stall out for a long while before it's got a shot at actually moving in.
But they've managed to find 2 picks on Red Sun. They're going to start trying to move in through this great area. And looks like they're going to be able to get some decent points on the board. But no, not quite able to get picked off yet again from through those grates. Nilla trying to move in through this right side, looking to find a pick on Peaches, and does force him to drop. That is a huge force to drop. And this should be Red Sun being able to reclaim mid with less than a minute left on the clock.
Red Sun, very comfortable at just sitting back here. They're comfortable keeping the Rainmaker in this position, and now they're comfortable trying to pick up some of these trades. It's 2 down now for Bingo, 2 down for Red Sun, all the same. Bingo is here on this right side of the map, trying to find something here and trying to lay the groundwork and foundation in terms of map coverage for the rest of the team to come in. Here's the Inkjet from Prim, immediately gets picked out of the air, and with 20 seconds left to go, Bingo has an opportunity to make another push. It's a 3-down situation. Bingo's going to have to jump back in this Inkjet here, and now we're starting to see the setup from Red Sun. Will Bingo be able to make this critical jump in the face of Zuka's coming their way? We'll see whether or not they'll be able to. Here's another shot coming in, just barely able to dodge away from that one. And we're in overtime. Who's going to make the play? Who's going to be the one to run forward here from Bingo and try to get something done? Because there's so much long-range presence, and now the collapse is coming through. I believe that was Nico able to find the drop. Red Sun will tie up the series.
Red Sun really looking to make this work, looking to make this happen. Definitely a little sketchier than they probably want it to be, but they definitely managed to take that game and hold on to that, despite only having 1 player up at the time that when it switched to overtime.
Crim and Nico with a fist bump yet again. I feel like that's like the 3rd time we've seen the 2 of those players.
It's pretty consistent from them in general.
Able to clean things up here on that map. But
yes. I'm going to be going into Clampless, Barnacle, and Dime.
I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this series at all, because it feels like they're just funneling on top of each other and trading.
A little bit. It kind of tends to happen like that when comps are very similar. Like, it's a very common thing to happen. It is. It doesn't mean it's good, comps, but it's common.
Yeah, I mean, for these comps, I guess, especially because you don't have anything, you don't really have a lot to establish yourself.
No.
Especially because the thing that establishes yourself is either getting your ballpoint into decent position, having an Inkjet that can't get killed, or a crab tank, but oh wait, now I've got 2 Zukas that I have to try to dodge while I'm in the crab tank, right? There's part of me that wishes that I saw like a set of strikes or a booyah bomb.
Maybe even a vacuum.
Or a vacuum, or 10 missiles, or anything else that could provide a little bit of extra utility rather than just raw slaying power, so that these teams can start trying to actually push themselves in and actually try to get some kind of territorial advantage beyond just finding the trades and the picks onto one another.
Yeah, I think that could make a big difference for either one of these teams. I think the Nautilus's reign is actually probably doing a bit more than we're giving it credit for. It's never a special you're going to think about a ton, but it does control a decent chunk of space and allows your teammates to move in through it more easily.
Sorry, I was taking a drink of water. Marginally, I guess.
I think it does I think it does more than people give it credit for on a pretty consistent basis. I think Rain is an underrated special. But maybe that is just another take TM on my part.
It gets outclassed by basically everything else.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
It doesn't really stand on its own. One compositional adjustment is made, and Nilla's going to switch over to the 96, a little bit extra range, and the Kraken coming out here as well, which can do a little bit more of the whole area denial thing, especially perhaps with the range of the 96. But switching over from the Squeezer here is Red Sun. Maybe there's a little bit extra range, maybe there's a little bit extra stalling power and something here for the Kraken as you start to make a clams push, but looks like they don't even need that Kraken here as Nico and Crim are already pushing so far forward. They are just willing to take these 1v1s, and they're playing the lottery, and they're coming up large here.
Yeah, but they do manage to get taken out by that crab tank. They also didn't really have a lot of clams to work with there for that push. Nilla managing to get a power clam made over there, but not going to be able to do too much with it, as we're kind of just seeing both teams trying to figure out who has mid right now, I think. I think we're just seeing both of them trying to figure it out.
Neutral trades yet again. Here we are. It's the same game plan that we've seen for the past 2 games.
Oh.
It'll continue being this, though as I say that, 2 members of We Love Bingo go down, and now we're going to start to see a little bit more of a presence come in from Red Sun. They're starting to take this top left side, especially off the back of this Kraken that's going in. Bingo tries to dive and gets taken down in the process. Beam comes up just short with the football toss, though, and now we have to see the re-engagement here come in. Nico's going to be able to find it and throw that extra one in, and now they're going to start picking up these extra clams. Where's the engagement coming in from Bingo? It looks like they're continuing to get picked off one by one, and they've got to be careful to not stagger here. Bingo is coming in with this ballpoint, but now another member is going to get taken out. Bingo is going to be next to get challenged. Here comes the Zuka, and this is in scary territory all of a sudden as Red Sun continues to have map presence underneath this basket, but it didn't look like anyone dropped back for extra clams, and so the basket will go back up.
Red Sun does have to choose to back off here, making the good choice, managing to try and find some picks, trading out there. Not the worst trade ever for them, not the best, but not the worst either. Stan looking to move in through this right side, trying to put some pressure on Crim here. Gonna force Crim to back, finally reclaiming the stack for themselves, but they have 2 minutes of the game have gone, and Red Sun's made a pretty significant push.
Bingo popping all their specials just to get back into mid at all, and it looks like it's coming up successful for them as now a 3-down situation. The last inkjet from Crim comes out a little bit too late and does get taken out of the air. Stan is going to be the one to collect a lot of these clams coming in from Bingo. Now they've got to find a way to make a push, but actually because they didn't take that space earlier, they're going to wait to drop back and wait to find this re-engagement. Here comes the grab tank, but they've got to be careful of dodging these Zuka shots that are going to start to come out of Red Sun here pretty soon. And they know exactly where Stan is with that football, but there's a disconnect now as the push has gone down to 36. I can't imagine we're in replay territory at all here. And Red Sun is going to find the wipeout off of that. Oh my, that
is unfortunate. Red Sun Red Sun is gonna have a bit of an easier time here in a 3v4 situation. Going to be able to move forward relatively easily. They need to not get too cocky with it. You can still mess it up. It is still losable. But Crim with the inkjet there really doing a lot, choosing to squid bag some. Good for Crim, I guess. It's a 3v4 Crim.
It's a 3v4 Crim. Come on now. We're
keeping it interesting. Keeping it spicy, I guess.
Come on, Crim.
It's a little funny. You know, it gave us something to talk about. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you know, that's true. It did give us something to talk about.
So that's another game going to Red Sun. Sadly, it was a DC game, so it doesn't feel quite as genuine. But that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes your net just goes bad.
Yeah. So hopefully that player for We Love Bingo can get that situation resolved here shortly, and we'll be resuming. And now we're about to head on over to a map that we also haven't seen a ton of because it is rather new. Ship Shape. This is the one that is more divisive.
Really?
So I've heard.
I've had this backwards in my head. I don't see the reviews of the new maps. My Twitter is all Splatoon, but nobody's talked about the maps. I've just formed my own silly little opinions. And I like ship-shaped cargo a lot. I think it's very fun that you have to play from the sides so much. I think it's a great Splatling map, so I think both of these teams will have a great time with that. It's also really great for buckets and wipers.
Well, that's a shame, because we haven't seen any buckets or wipers out of either
Well,
of
we
these
could
two
see a
teams.
wiper out of Red Sun. Nico's been known to play it. I don't think we will, but we could. Nico has played a lot of wiper for Red Sun. Some of their best results are with Nico on wiper.
The more you know. Sorry, I'm not a Red Sun super fan, so
I don't think I'm a super fan. I think I've just had friends on the team for a while.
For a bit. We're getting word that we have had to reset the lobby entirely, so might be a moment here before I get back into things. So ask us questions again or something, I guess.
Yeah,
that was fun a bit ago.
It was
while
fun.
we're on tournament point.
Well, look, sometimes in Splatoon, you're on tournament point for 40 minutes. While a team finds a sub. Not this time. It has happened to me before.
It happened for 40. They were finding a sub to play one game.
Yep.
For 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was
okay.
It was a time.
I need to have a word with these turbo organizers because back in my day, you didn't have a sub on the roster, and you are out of there. Goodbye. I am sorry.
It was finals.
Yeah, that is fantastic. It's one game. It is one game with a player that didn't play with the team for the entirety of the way there.
The team that needed the sub won. You know, it just goes like that sometimes with Splatoon. There are many incidents, and it's not generally anyone's fault. Everyone's usually pretty bummed about it. Nobody's loving it.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Quickly, dream weapon kits from Toma. I don't have anything. Edit plus, I don't know, something funny.
Oh, edit plus splash wall and like, what else would go hard? What special do it?
I'm gonna throw up.
I don't want Kraken with anything. You know this.
I don't want it in the game either. So you and I share that opinion.
I would love to see heavy edit with a Trizuka. I'm not gonna lie. I think that would be fun. I think it would be so fun to play. I don't think it would be.
Then teams are gonna have even more reason to play double Zuka.
I also would love to see teams start running ballpoint with heavy edit. I think they're really good synergy wise. I think they're really interesting.
I concur. All right. Sounds like we're picking our weapons, so we should be heading into this one in just a bit here. Splat Zone ship shape. You mentioned playing off of the sides.
Yes. You'll see what I mean in a minute, K-Bot. You've seen this map before, right?
I have seen maybe like 3 games on this map, and I was not trying to pick apart the map. I was just trying to watch for like team play and coordination things like I normally do, right?
Yep.
But now I suppose I have to actually figure out how to learn how this map works. So time to do that. And Red Sun now on tournament point here. We see the 96 come out yet again, and no real compositional changes coming in from We Love Bingo here either. Splat zones, here we go.
So as you can see, K-Bot, the sides are very important. You play off of these ramps. Nilla's going to try and really hold this zone pretty closely, but as a 96 gal, you have a splash wall and a 2-shot kill, so you can kind of get away with it. Everyone else is probably going to take slightly more safe positions. We're seeing the Tacticooler coming out, really just looking to claim these spaces. One person trying to cross over on the side of We Love Bingo, but going to get punished for it. Trizuka coming out does take out a Tacticooler member. It doesn't, but that's not ever that bad because they're Tacticooler. There they are. Crim doing a great job here distracting on left. Red Sun finally getting control of that zone. Surprised it took them quite that long. Crim playing cleanup on behind a little bit. Beam and Nico looking to find some pressure here on this left side. Beam managing to get a great trade out there. Bingo having to drop off due to the pressure from the other ballpoint, but Crim and Nilla having to reposition a bit thanks to that crab tank.
Inkjet comes out here, splash wall to defend out of Nilla, but it is going to be the retake coming through now for We Love Bingo. And we'll start to see what kinds of positions they take. Now Stan finds this flank. Nilla is in the Kraken, and he'll pop that, likely looking for the pick, but actually Stan hoping to run away, dodging the Kraken on this side, actually able to do it here. Now who's going to walk away victorious? It'll still be Nilla. Finds that pick, and all the meanwhile, the rest of Bingo goes 2 other members down as Red Sun was able to find the engagement while all the rest of that was happening, and they'll take back control of the zone.
Looks like they're going to be able to get Crim set up in a really great position here. Once again, a lot of what these comps are looking for is getting their ball points extremely set up and having those specials ready. We see the crab tank coming out, not able to put a ton of pressure out from right there, though. There is all the specials actually there out of We Love Bingo. They should be able to flip the zone with this, but if Red Sun manages to hold on, they're in an incredible position. Incredible pick there out of Nico with that Trizuka. Nilla managing to keep this zone capped. Another Tacticooler out. They are in a lovely position for themselves here as they manage to hold through that zone with all 4 of We Love Bingo specials being popped.
Kraken out again here, looking in pursuit of a couple more picks, and there is another one onto Bingo on that top side. Now just 20 ticks of the timer left for Red Sun in order to come back from this one. Peachism looking to try to find something, and now turning their attention over towards the zone. Pops the grab tank, finds one. The rest of the team tries to collapse around this, and it's a 2-for-2 trade that results in the zone getting flipped. We Love Bingo holds on by the wire, and it now has the opportunity to start making this timer go down.
Nilla doing a great job there of getting those 2 picks, keeping Red Sun in a very comfortable position to get back in with. We already have seen them nearly flip the zone. There's the flip. Kraken coming out here, nobody really to follow up with it. No, never mind, Beam's over there too. We've got some cleanup happening. Mostly they're just taking advantage of the fact that they can really hold this space for a bit. Nilla's RNG kind of getting the better of them there. That is the downside of playing that 96 gal.
And now we see the 3-down situation with Bingo the only one up. Nico's going to come around from the side and infiltrate the enemy base. Now looking to stick around for even more and actually going to opt to drop back. Now joining the rest of the team, picking up the cooler. And now Red Sun has quite a bit of a hold going for them here. Bingo has to try to find the engagement here. Otherwise, Red Sun is going to walk away with the tournament. They're coming into the zone, and now they're looking to try to find the paint here. Beam not quite in the best position to actually find paint, but Crim is there. The Scary Terry goes down, and InControl Red Sun are going to be your victors in Swimmer Sync 122.
Yeah, Red Sun doing a great job there, getting those plays off. Really playing very comfortably there, running freely with that DC.
Yeah, and DC aside, they played well on that last one, right? Especially realizing when they had the advantage, when they could actually go in, find those more aggressive holds, go in all the way, you know, find those more lockout positions on this kind of newer map, all things considered, right? And preventing them from even having a remote possibility of going for some kind of flank angle with being unnoticed or uncontested altogether. So well done there. And then, of course, knowing when to drop back. You start getting engaged on, you start dropping back, you're able to slowly start building things back in. So well done there.
Red Sun doing a fantastic job winning yet another SOS, as they've done quite a few times now.
So they do, as they continue taking care of business here. We'll take a look at the bracket and the run that they made. Of course, taking it over, we love Bingo. A lot of 2-0s in this bracket today. Little bit of differences across the board, but hey, it happens. That's the way it goes sometimes, okay? You sign up for a tournament, and it's not all the time that you get equivalent, skill levels of teams or something of the sort. But, yeah, so hats off to them. Sounds as though you're, like, Docs, you could just say that... Okay. Wait. I don't know what's going on. We didn't really plan this out because, of course, as we alluded to earlier, Crim is literally at Nox's place. So, in theory, we can just have a little interview. So, we're going to try to figure that out, and Crim's just going to join Nox. And that'll be that. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, okay, so I'm just going to be interviewing you. Is that what we've established here?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Well, I was kind of hoping that the two of you would share the microphone or something, and you would be able to talk. Okay, whatever. Crim, how was that win for you? How does it feel?
That's kind of easy.
Okay.
Just being
Really?
real. Yeah.
Really? That... Hey, we need to teach you some manners, young man, okay? When the enemy team has a disconnect, you don't go squid backing them, okay?
Okay, but
We don't do that. No. You have manners, okay? What did we learn about trash talk earlier this week, okay? Manners are important, young
And
man.
sometimes you have beef with people.
Manners are important on a broadcast. Anyway, ask your questions. Q&A has been opened in the YouTube chat. Actually, let me ask you this first. What all is the logic? Are you all really just looking for kills all the time? And are these kind of the weapons that you're most comfortable with when you're looking at double Inkzuka plus this Inkjet? Because it feels like to me there were times where you struggled to actually find solid engagements and solid wipes and actually establishing yourselves in certain positions.
I mean, what me, Niso, and Beam play is pretty much staple, while Niso just flexes around. I'm not gonna lie, we weren't playing super good today. We weren't really all on the same pace, but we're also still doing tryouts, as you can see.
So hey, maybe some, general comfortability as you start locking in that roster of 4 is natural and is going to happen. Getting a few questions in from the Twitch chat. 7_SPL asks, Crim, what are your thoughts on Makobar? In all caps.
It's a good map. I think it's a little overrated, especially on tower. I don't think it's the best, but it's okay. Pretty good considering what we have.
Okay. Toma asked if you could squidbag me, and the answer is no, because I won't be playing the game against you anytime soon. So
That's a shame.
unless you try to drop on the floor and squidbag me IRL, but I don't think that'll go very well. Thoughts? You've got nothing?
You gave me an idea now.
Oh, great. You're not going to say the idea for content for the stream? You're just going to say, oh, I have an idea.
Oh no, I was talking about squidbagging you IRL.
Yeah. What? So what are you going to do that?
You'll see.
Right.
You'll be at LTC probably.
Probably.
Maybe.
I actually don't know. That's way too far out for me to know for sure. Hoenn asks, do you still remember the incident from March 2021? And were you and most of your team around for that?
I'm gonna be real, I don't know what incident.
Okay, well. And that's all the time we've got, folks. Thanks so much, Crimson Shadows, for joining us from InControl Red Sun. Congrats on the victory. Okay. Any other shout-outs or things you want to give here, Crim, before we send it off for the night?
No. Not really. Thanks for casting.
No, you're not going to shout out your team. You're not going to, thanks to the folks at InControl. You're not going to say thanks to IPL. You're just going to be like, no, that's all right.
Thanks for casting.
There's a lot of other work that goes into this. Justin is our producer for the night. Hoenn's
was
been
getting
funneling
to
us
it.
questions. Jardonian. No, you were not. You had no idea what's going on. Thanks, Grib, for joining us. You can pass it back over to Docs, and we'll do sign-offs here. Congrats again. Go out to InControl Red Sun. They are your swim or sink 122 champions. And I believe that is going to do it for us tonight. IPL will be live again on Friday in theory, but who knows whether or not we'll be live on YouTube or on Twitch. So drop a subscription here and turn on the bell, ring, 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 so you get notified of whether or not there's a live stream that happens here. And maybe tweet or post on X if you feel so inclined.
What?
I was just saying to the viewers that we may or may not be live here or on Twitch on Friday.
Yeah, we don't know where we'll be next.
We don't know where we'll be next.
But we'll be
Nox,
somewhere.
what say you? Any closing thoughts?
Really fun stream. Those were sure words Crim just said. Good for him. But yeah, thank you so much to IPL for doing all of this. Really impressed with how smoothly everything went for it being the first time we've really done it on YouTube. And lovely commentating with you as always, K-Bot.
Lovely commentating with you as well. Follow Nox on X, I guess. I still hate saying that.
No, we still can say Twitter, I think, as a treat.
Yeah. At NoxRaven42. I am on X or Twitter at kbot_273. Expect to see more Splatoon in the next 2 weeks, but also Omega Strikers stuff over there. And once again, congrats to InControl Red Sun. They are your victors of Swim or Sink 122. We've done 122 of these things, and we still haven't changed the name to Sink or Swim. All right, that'll do it from us tonight. We will see you all on Friday for Proving Grounds. Good night, and have a good one.